I pulled everything from YouTube. I pulled everything from all of the Facebook groups, all of it. And I had it continue to organize this. This is a really good nugget. So if this is a nugget, give me a little heart in the Zoom or tell me in the chat. If we scroll all the way down to the bottom, what I ended up doing is I did a Q&A on my personal profile last night answering these questions. So if your question didn't get answered, pop over to my personal Facebook profile and then watch this. All of these things are organized. And then I said to AI, I said, okay, thank you. Now please pull all of the nuggets into one list from this full chat and pick the best one as a winner. And so ChatGPT picked the winner for us. I haven't even seen it yet. Okay, the best winner, according to ChatGPT, was Janelle Montes, and she said, one prompt to create an entire year of content. And the cool thing is, that's what we're going to do today. So it's such a good transition. And look at this. This nugget stands out because it encapsulates the power of AI and content creation, offering a significant time-saving and creative solution for businesses. So we're going to jump in. That's actually what we're going to do today. How cool is that?
I love it. I think that's so neat. I mean, last night when you had messaged me, you were like, Paulson, you really are not a techie, or were you just saying that? And I'm like, wait, you're gonna chat GPT all the comment response? I was like, this is beyond my 2 cents of bandwidth. It's just like I'm one of those guys that need help with just a phone update. And my wife is like, yo, let me help you, let me update this. I'm just lost. But anyways, those of you that are watching, just real quick recap. Our intention with this workshop is to teach you how to build communities inside of Facebook groups or any platform and monetize that community with social selling systems. So then you get to a world of inbound leads from communities. You build a brand while you do that. You create a following and you're a party bus while you do that. And it becomes fun in the social engagement world around your offers, brands, whatever commitment, whatever you're doing out there in the world of business. Hopefully that gives you some idea of the point of the workshop. Yesterday, like Molly said, we went through the prompting and how to really go through prompting. I had a few people message me. They were like, Paulson, you said AI is like an introverted person that you have to bring out the best in them. And, I'm going to claim that as my go-to quote of the workshop. And that's the reality. I mean, I saw you go through so many different iterations of 3 different avatars and personalities and all kinds of different things to build.
And sometimes it's actually way too extroverted, right? It's like all of the crazy language that it puts out there. We have to be like, whoa, pull it back a little bit, ChatGPT.
Yeah. So what's the agenda for today? What are we going to cover
Okay.
today compared to yesterday?
So we are actually going to go through, I'm going to screen share and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today. So let me pull this up on the screen in presenter view. Oh my gosh, I promised yesterday we're going to dive right in. So we're only going to share slides for a little bit and then we're going to jump into action. So this is what we did yesterday. Today, we're going to be discussing the secret to unlocking organic reach without selling your soul to Mark Zuckerberg. We're going to cover my key AI framework that allows you to create conversion-based content with ease. So there's a lot of programs out there that show you like, you can download 500 of somebody else's templates and then like copy them into your social media, whatever. That's not what we're talking about. We're actually going to use AI to create content that's based on you, based on your ideal client and the buying beliefs that get them to be ready to buy, so that when you make an offer, which we're going to be covering tomorrow, when we do that, they will be more ready to buy. And then we'll be covering the Evergreen engine. This is where we're going to jump into HighLevel. We'll be covering the Evergreen engine that you can set and forget so that you can focus on clients and your life. I'm also going to give you one prompt that will literally write your entire content for the year. I shared yesterday, if you weren't here with us, I shared yesterday that I wrote 36 weeks of content while on a flight. It was super easy. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am, since I'm really not allowed to use my right hand right now. I'm so grateful because so much of this is really just like cut and paste. So it's pretty awesome. Are you ready for me to just keep going, or do we have anything else, any other? Oh, we do have some business before we go on, actually. Let me just tell you. Tomorrow, we're going to be jumping into sales. So we're going to set up your pop-up group for success. We're going to be doing all of the automations in terms of text messages, emails. I'm giving all of them to you. There is a little bit of a catch. We are setting up all of these automations inside HighLevel. So you have to make sure that you have a HighLevel account. The biggest question that I got yesterday was, what if we already have a HighLevel account? Do we still get this? Yes, because like I said, I am obsessed with HighLevel. I'm so grateful for everything that they've done for our business, for our clients, making things so easy. I want to make sure that you know that if you already have a HighLevel account, tomorrow we'll be giving you the snapshot, which is basically all of the automations, all of the pages, all of the templates in one little package. If you don't have one, Paulson, what do they have to do if they don't have one?
Well, first of all, we're friendly people, so take a jump, into a 30-day trial instead of a 14-day trial, and you get all the goodies, and you decide what you want to do. I mean, the whole idea of a snapshot is basically a automation template, and a lot of times you want to start launching HighLevel with some cool snapshots, and you can get that from a lot of experts, people in the industry, affiliates. Like, there's so many different ways to get it. Now, with the idea of launching a community and a Facebook group and automations behind it, we're going to review all of that here in this workshop, and you're going to get this for free, by the way, just by signing up for a 30-day trial. Do you want to show the links? Just because I don't have the links.
Sure. And I've got them. I'll put them in the chat here
Yeah.
also. And so
Yeah. And if you're
here,
if you're stuck with HighLevel for any reason, you can jump into one of our Zoom pods. We have Zoom pods across the company where you can just hop in live and talk to a live agent. And you can do that at speakwith.us/success. And you can jump into a live agent, and the system will tell us where you are in your journey, and appropriate team members will be guided to you and Zooms and things like that. So feel free to jump into a 30-day trial. It's something that we don't normally do. Normally, it's a 14-day trial. So take advantage of it. It's a great opportunity.
and also we talked yesterday about the fact what we go through today is only a sliver of what's possible with HighLevel. I know what happens a lot of times when people first log in, they see there's 7 million things that they can do. So again, we're using this snapshot that we're going to give you as a little bit of a sifter as well, right? You don't need to use every tool in the kitchen sink. You only need the most powerful, important tool. So know that we are doing that for you today. We're going to make everything really streamlined so you know exactly what to do.
Okay.
And yeah, go ahead.
No. Love it. Let's get started.
Awesome. Okay. So as a part of this, I also just want to share one other little thing. We are doing on my personal profile. I want to show you, this is part of the strategy that we're teaching. So part of the strategy that we're teaching is you are going to be instilling these buying beliefs throughout your content. So the buying beliefs, we call it your tree of beliefs, and we'll be diving deep into that using AI to create these buying beliefs. One of the buying beliefs that we cover is a why this belief. So this is like why your product or service, why it could be like why opt in for your free gift or lead magnet. It could be why sign up for the tool that you're promoting, like HighLevel. It could be why sign up for a coaching program or whatever it is. So whatever the thing is that you're trying to get people to do, we want to still instill why this beliefs. And we have a little trick that we use. This is actually something I'm going to give him a shout out. I learned this from Chad Nicely. I was speaking at the AI Bot Summit, Perry Belcher's AI Bot Summit, and Chad offered up this idea, and I have used it like I use it all the time. And so I'm going to show this to you right now. We're going to come back at the end and I'm going to show you just how powerful this is, because this will help you to write better landing page copy. So when we get to the training tomorrow, where you get the template for the landing page and you get to customize it, this is really going to help you. So watch this. We're going to go to my personal Facebook profile. This is really cool. Paulson, are you ready for how cool this is?
I am ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
Okay, so this is my personal profile. Now we're going to be talking today about how to optimize your personal profile. We'll come back to that at the end, or like actually partway through. What I want to show you though is this post here. So if you scroll down, you're going to see I did this post 2 hours ago. It says, day 2 of the AI-ified social selling system with HighLevel is today. What are your best takeaways so far? So by posting this, what I'm getting here in the comments here, I'm getting all of these like nuggets and takeaways. This is building why this beliefs. So as we are sharing this magic, we want to share this so more people get this awesome result. This is doing several things. So it is giving me like social proof. It's telling the world like why they should sign up for this. It's also giving me data, market research data, so I know what's valuable for you so that when we come back tomorrow, I can make sure we double down on that value. So Paulson, I want to use this and just do one more little giveaway. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Can we do
absolutely.
this? Okay, so what this is going to be crazy, and this is the only place I'm doing this in here, but I would actually love to give away a one-on-one call with me where I will help you set up this snapshot.
Ooh.
So whether you're experienced with HighLevel or you're brand new to HighLevel, having someone who can help you like look at all the little nuances is so valuable. And let me tell you, I am so grateful for the team members who have helped us set all this stuff up. So shout out to Andy and Nuno, who I'm obsessed with, and I know they're here today. I'm so grateful. But this post, I'll put it here in the chat if you're with us on Zoom. We'll also share it other places, but if you just come to my personal profile, you'll find it. And then keep in mind what I'm going to do tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. I'm going to come back and I'm going to use AI to go through those comments. So the juicier you make the comment, the juicier AI will acknowledge that and you'll be more likely to win. Does that sound cool?
I love it. And can I do a quick request before we get started?
Yeah.
Can I have everybody pull out their phones and do a quick Instagram story or Facebook story and post in your socials saying that you're attending day 2 of the workshop with Molly Mahoney. Make sure you tag her, obviously, and
Yeah, tag
also
the prepared performer is my
yes.
business
And
account. So I have a personal account too, but tag my business one. That one I'll see it better.
yes, and also tag HighLevel. And our teams are ready to reshare. Make sure everybody sees it on all the HighLevel channels as well. We appreciate it. This is something we ask just for social engagement and proof because Molly's doing this whole thing for free. I just want to make sure she benefits out of the engagement and everything at the end of the day. So I appreciate that.
And it really does help me to know what's resonating so we can make tomorrow even better than it's already going to be. Hey, and with that, Paulson, usually when I do one training, I start the way that I started it yesterday with the song, and then I end with the song, but I forgot to end with the song. So I'm going to bring you the end of that song that we did yesterday right now as we jump in. So here we go. Give me a ready in the chat if you are ready to have your mind blown.
All right, let's see.
Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why? Then oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't AI?
I love it. Reminds me of my childhood when my parents asked me to play on the keyboard and the piano. Like I grew up in the church, so it's like I had to be the praise and worship kid. So it reminds me of when I'm listening to a singer and I'm not playing my keys right, so I need to get into it.
Oh my gosh, now that I know you play the keys, we're going to have to plan something at the next event. I can't wait.
Well, I'm not good. I was just forced to be a participant so I can have. But
Oh
anyways,
my gosh.
I
I
love
love
it.
it
I
so
love
much.
it.
All right, so we're jumping right in and I just want to do a quick review of this idea of this social triangle. So remember that as we're creating this content, what we're doing today is really drumming up excitement about your products and services. We are drumming up engagement. Like Paulson said earlier, we are building the community so that when we get to the sales piece tomorrow, we actually have people to sell to. This piece is so important. And hopefully, when you're here joining us on this workshop, you're doing two things. One is you're learning from the content that we're actually sharing, and you're also learning from the context. So, one of my mentors, Adam Urbanski, he talks about this a lot that when you go to events, it's really important to like learn the content, but also look at how they're running things. And notice what we've done so far, getting to this moment, has been very strategic to unlock the social triangle. Even if it may seem weird that we've closed the chat here on Zoom, you guys can give those reactions with your emojis and hand claps and raising your hands and all of that. That may seem funny, but it's actually a very strategic decision on HighLevel's part to move the chat to social. So we're like here in Zoom on our own little secret space where you get the direct chat with the links and all of that. But you can also be fully engaging on social, which is helping us to unlock the social triangle. And it helps to build the community. So as we move forward with all of this AI zombie content that people are creating, the real thing that is going to differentiate us, that's going to cause people to either come to our brand or run away from our brand, is you and the community that you're building. So this is going to be even more important as we move forward. So we're going to start by looking at your profile. Remember when I said we were going to do that later? Just kidding. We're doing it right now. So on your social media profile, there are some key things that you want to have in place. So check this out. Oh, and what we're going to do is I'm going to screen share and show it to you right now. I thought I put the key things there. All right. So I'm going to go over how to optimize your Facebook profile. And then I would actually love to know in the Facebook or YouTube chat, if you can just type the word Instagram, if you'd like me to go over the Instagram profile optimization as well. These groups are happening on Facebook, but as you saw yesterday, we're connecting with people on different platforms and bringing them to our pop-up Facebook groups. So we actually use Instagram a lot as a way to, build the community. So just let me know if it's something that you would like us to do. I can't see the chat, Paulson, so I'm going to try.
Yeah,
I
let
muted you
me
away, so I'm going to trust you to look at that.
yeah, let me go ahead
Okay,
and pull up the chat here. We use a
I've
system
actually.
called Restream. It populates all comments from all channels while the
Oh
stream
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
happening.
I am obsessed with you,
I
Restream. That's actually what I
love it.
use too.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. We just started with it like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, it
Uh,
makes it so easy.
okay, a
All right.
lot of Instagram folks here that wants Instagram stuff. Cool.
Okay, cool. So I'll make sure that we do both.
Okay,
And
awesome.
I know yesterday there were some of you who were like, when are we getting to HighLevel? When are we getting to HighLevel? I promise you we're going to get to HighLevel today. So don't worry. We're going to get in there. Okay. So if we look at this profile, there are some things that we do very intentionally. And if you have any questions as we're going through all of this today, drop a Q in the front of your question. We have the HighLevel team, and we also have members of my team who are here. So if you're on team PPP, give me a team PPP in the chat. That's team TPP is our business, the prepared performer. Oh my gosh. Let me know in the chat. We've got Stephanie, we've got Elizabeth, maybe Kendra's here, maybe Casey's here. So know that we have lots of people from our team here, and the HighLevel team is here as well. When we get into the HighLevel side of things, I've got team members Andy and Nuno are going to be popping in possibly also. So just know that we are all here to support you. Okay.
Appreciate everybody.
It's so good. All right, so this is our profile cover. Now, a lot of people will have a cover photo that is very business related. And this is something that I've been noticing even from members in our community, that sometimes when it comes to the business type intent, like objectives, they're making things so businessy that it's like a huge red flag and it scares people away. I prefer not to have a very business focused cover photo unless you are very specifically promoting something at that moment. So I may change my cover photo to something with a call to action like twice a year. I thought about changing it for this workshop. I decided against it. What we want to do instead is have something that instills your values. So sometimes I'll have pictures of like my family or a sunset. This is a business photo. This is my mastermind members at Disneyland, but this really sticks with my values of the fact that the more fun you have, the more money you make, the bigger impact you can make. And I'm Disney obsessed, which also is part of my quesadilla of awesome. So that's the cover photo. If you have something that's very businessy, just know that it may um, it may scare people away. And when we're creating content like this, we want to make sure that we are capturing the unaware type people who are not necessarily ready to buy from us. So that cover photo is a great place that instills your values and really treat your profile as a little bit of a funnel. In this section here, we want to just like connect with people and bring in human beings. As we move down through our profile, notice, do you see how this says my name and then it says social selling strategist? Well, this is actually a nickname. Shout out to Stephanie Luke and Stephanie Garcia. A long time ago, I typed the word Facebook into my profile, or not into my profile, in like a post here. I just used the word Facebook for something and her name came up. And I was like, what is happening? How did that happen? If you incorporate SEO based keywords into your nicknames on your profile, when people type in that word, your name will pop up like a link to your profile.
That
Did
is
you know
true.
that, Paulson?
I did know that because I know some folks that work at Facebook, and they
Okay.
have something called edge ranking. So like based on these a lot of these details you're talking about, you get a certain I don't want to say credit score, but like a behind the scenes profile score, and they monitor your reach based on that. And then when you run ads with that, even if you're a user of an ad account, that ad account probably will perform differently because you're a user that has a certain edge ranking. Anyways, we'll get back to
That is awesome. So Paulson is like, I don't know any techie things. Yeah, right, yo. That's amazing.
I know
Okay.
strategy things, not techies.
That is a good strategy, y'all. Did you hear that? I am quoting you on that for the rest of your life. Okay, you'll also notice here that I have 14,000 followers and that I'm following 4,000 people. The reason that I can have these 14,000 followers is because of the settings on my profile. So it's not locked where I can only post things from my friends to see it. The easiest way to change that setting right now is to come over here. You're also going to notice it says view tools and promote profile. I can actually run ads from my personal profile. Years ago, Facebook didn't let us use our profiles for business. They was like a very strict rule about it, but now they're actually encouraging us to use our profiles for business. So when you come over here on the right-hand side, you click these three dots, you'll see it will say, if you've not done this yet, it will say turn on professional mode. Right now, mine says turn off professional mode because I have it turned on. I suggest that everyone turns on professional mode. It gives you all sorts of extra capabilities. And I mean, similar to what Paulson is saying, Facebook is, they haven't fully confirmed it, but it's like they're increasing your reach because they're celebrating the amount of content that you're putting out, and they give you like awards on the back end. You can also even monetize your content this way. So at this point, I make like $30 a month. It's not that much, but you can monetize your content based on reach as well. Pretty cool. Okay. Then we're going to move down to the intro. Now, the intro section is a piece that I see so many people miss huge opportunities here. You want to have something that explains how you help people, that explains your differentiator, and you want to give a link to a next best step. So I suggest that this link is a very short link because you only have a certain amount of characters here. You don't need to type the HTTPS behind it. You can see this is clickable right here, right? What I have is more of like a link tree here. I don't have a specific lead magnet. I have something because in my company, we offer coaching services. We have, courses and programs for business growth. And then I also work a lot as an MC and a speaker. So people can hire me as an MC or a speaker, and I do speaker coaching. So this link takes people to those three options that they could go to when they go to that page. Okay, you'll notice mine says get clients with organic social and human first AI. Another thing that I want to highlight here, it took me like 4 years, and I'm going to shout out our amazing friend and client, Marcus. We were at an event in Hawaii for Jasper. Jasper actually had this like private member event in Hawaii back in September of 2021. It was very weird. A bunch of us got together and went to Hawaii, and we did a mastermind. And at that point, I was really still stuck on how to explain what I do, because I would say like grow your visibility with video, or expand your reach with social media. And people would look at me like I had three heads, even though it seemed very clear to me. And so if you're in a place where people don't go, oh, I get what you do, start talking to your clients about it. Start talking to your friends about it. And what Marcus said to me at that mastermind, and I so value mastermind communities because of this reason, he said to me, out of all the people who are teaching social media and video, you actually help people to get clients. It's not just about the vanity metrics. And I was like, oh, get clients. That's like the easiest thing that I could say. And sometimes we try to make things so fancy. So yesterday when we did the branding stuff, if ChatGPT was a little fancy, say, hey, I want to make it really clear, just like this. And you could even use this, get clients with organic social. I want it to be that clear. Then ChatGPT can give you more ideas that are that clear. Okay. We also say human first AI. And stop me at any moment, Paulson, because obviously I'm like just going. Anything?
No, you're good. I want to get out of your way as much as I can today. So go I know there's so much content to go through. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be a little bit more reserved, but if I need to stop you, I'll stop you, but keep going.
Okay. Amazing. Awesome. Ooh, and I see. Okay. So then you'll see down here, we have human first AI. So this is also another differentiator. And notice how small this sentence is, but how much is packed into this sentence. Get clients with organic social and human first AI. You know, at this point, we're not helping you to do ads. It's organic social. We're not helping you to become a robot. We're really putting that humanity first. And then your weird plus AI equals magic. This is something that has come out because of me speaking more and getting my information out there. And the more that you create content, the more clear you're going to get on what resonates with other people. I have a little guest here. Can you come here for a second, actually? Okay, I have a little guest here.
How's he doing? How's this?
He's doing great. So this is Charleston. He's having like some kind of allergic reaction in his eyes. He's still extremely handsome and amazing and very smart. Charlie, what did we say about weird?
Weird is wonderful.
Can you say it in the microphone so we can hear you?
Weird is wonderful.
Weird is wonderful. And so this is
Aw.
something, do we celebrate weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do that's weird? You want to show them? He can touch his nose with his tongue. Okay, I love you. You're the best. You can go back and read again. Okay, bye.
Feel better, my guy.
So this is something that really, like, it surprised me how much this resonated with people. And when you can find a message like that and then decide on it, I told you I'd wear a different shirt today.
I was gonna say,
Decide
so
on what
good.
that it's so good. Decide on what that is. I mean, this message has literally brought people to tears, but it took years and years of me testing this messaging. And I know I'm kind of spinning a lot on this little bio thing here, but it's really important for you to figure out and get feedback and condense your goodness into something that's really small like that. And then you'll see, I don't always suggest putting hashtags here, but the whole point of my company is that we stand for joy as a fierce form of activism. And so I have this more as a little like nod to our brand and the fact that we are here to stand for joy. Get an intro that does something like this that is extremely clear, extremely clear. The only thing that maybe I could add to this is to identify who our ideal client is. Like to say that you help business owners or to say that you help moms. If you add something like that in there, that can be really helpful too. Okay, we're going to move down from there and we're going to get into this whole long section right here. Now, my section here is a little longer than you actually need to have. I just have a bunch of things here to show you as an example. So you'll notice I actually need to change part of mine and I keep forgetting, but last year I took a job teaching social media at the Orange County High School of the Arts. And so by having this here, it actually became a life event. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see this life event down here. This is all very ninja stuff that I don't always cover publicly, but this is really important. When I made this life event in September of 2022, it added it to my profile and it got 363 likes.
Yeah, certain things have different depth of reach. Like you can see that if you just post that you're married. You'll see if you graduated from a certain school. Like these are milestone type of events that really affect the SEO ranking of a social profile. And all the platforms have SEO ranking, by the way. All
Ding,
right.
ding, 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 ding. So good. It's going to tell the algorithm who you are. Now, notice when I did this, and this is also another little ninja trick that I don't always share, but if I go to this post and I click on the three dots up here, you can see the edit history. Every post on Facebook has an edit history if someone has edited it. You can see the edit history. You don't even have to be the person who wrote the post. So you'll see when I wrote this, I have made edits to it over time. This is interesting actually, because when I first posted it in September, I didn't have this long piece of text. It was just the event, but I came back to it and I added all of this text here. This is all SEO as well, and it's instilling buying beliefs. So I decided to give back to this high school, teach social media for an entire year to 10th graders as a way for me to be able to connect with younger people in our space and really see, like, do they understand what's happening right now? And I learned so much by doing that year. I'm actually no longer doing it
Really
anymore.
cool.
So what'd you say?
I said really cool.
Yeah. And then when people come here, they see that, right? So it's like a little bit of a business card. It's like my resume is on here. Another thing that we have, and I'm going to make a claim out loud that I'm going to fix this because I need to have the content club on here and I haven't done it. So Stephanie is watching. Stephanie, let's make sure that I fix this. When we were really selling our camera confidence program, we have this here we're not selling this program anymore, but we have this here as a little bit of a business card that if people come to my profile, they can actually go straight to this page, which doesn't have any content. It's just promoting the program, which is a super secret that no one does. Then I have my actual company. Again, make sure that it's linked. If it's not linked, it's going to look like this. Former fixer of broken links at broken link example. So I have this on here to show people what it looks like if you don't actually link your profile. So fix that. And then down here, you'll see all of my former past places that I worked. Some people decide to take these off. I have left the things that instill authority, and I'm not hiding them behind the scenes. I'm putting them out there. If I'm teaching people how to show up online, the fact that I have worked as a professional performer actually adds to the authority of what I'm doing here as a coach. So I have those things on there, even though it may seem odd because it's in a different niche, like that I was a singer for Royal Caribbean. That's part of my quesadilla of awesome. It's also, and for those of you that missed yesterday, your quesadilla of awesome is your unique differentiator. It's also really building my authority as someone who can show you how to show up more powerfully. Scrolling down, I have, more personal things because I weave my personal story, my personal life, my husband and all of that into my business. You don't have to do all of that. I choose to do that. And then down below here, you can see that we have my social media platforms linked. Now, sometimes when I'm doing a profile audit, I will see that these are broken. And the reason they're usually broken is when you go in here to edit the details and you go to update your information, when you come over here and you go to, I think it's in details about you. No, this is where you do the nickname. I have all of these nicknames that are like secret video creator, content creator. Where's the other one? Contact and basic info. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. On contact and basic info, what people will often do is when they add in information into these sections here, by clicking this little edit button, where it says add a social link, oftentimes people will type in the full link. Like they'll do this or whatever. They'll type in the full link. That will be broken. Instead, you need to follow the directions and just leave a username. Notice when you change this, like if I changed it to WhatsApp, it still says username, right? So bless you, Char. You can use all of these different things. If you're creating music, I have a Spotify channel. I should put my Spotify channel on here. All of these things can be linked on here. Just make sure that after you save it, you come back to your actual profile and you check it to make sure that it's actually linking. Question about that?
Nope, I think we're good.
Okay, awesome. Then final two things on here, you can put websites and your Facebook group. I saw that loads of us connected in my Facebook group this week. And many of you said you came to the Facebook group because of HighLevel. Well, guess what? You probably found it by coming to my profile and then seeing that my Facebook group was linked right here. Okay, so this is like my main Facebook group. And then two more things. You can create these highlights just like you do on Instagram. And so these highlights, I suggest they're a mix between your values and your quesadilla of awesome. So that's why I have like Disney magic. There's a little char. And I have business tips. I have our clients on here. And you can see here, speaking on stages and pretend cruises. So we sell pretend cruises in our backyard. These can be selected from your past stories or photos that you've shared on Facebook, and they'll just show up there right on your profile. This is all going to be so important when you start building awareness. People start coming back and stalking you on your personal profile. You have the full funnel on your profile built out. Okay, then we scroll down, we see the photos here. Sometimes when I see the photos here, I'll see something like this. Like, do you see how there's two of the same photo? If you have made your photos private, or if you have shared the same like headshot 15 times, all of these photos are going to be the same headshot. Get some other photos out there so that you're really optimizing this section here. Finally, the last thing is these life events. So you can see when you add more life events, they get a really big boost inside the news feed, and then they stay here down at the bottom, which is really, really helpful. Okay, final thing that we're going to cover in the profile on Facebook is your pinned post. So yesterday I had a pinned post that was a video that promoted our mastermind. Today, because so many people were looking for the replay from yesterday, I actually replaced it with this link from the replay. Now, Paulson, do you want to know how I got 500 comments on this replay?
I didn't even notice. Tell me more.
Okay, y'all lean in because this is top secret. Okay, this is top secret. Remember earlier, if you're ready for the top secret, give me a heart or say ready in the chat. Okay, remember earlier how I showed you that you could click right here and you could go view edit history? Well, watch. When I first posted this, it was what we call a ladder post. And we're going to talk about ladder posts a lot today. Okay, here's this. Okay, that's my hook. Next week, we're giving away all of our top templates for how we generate 140K plus weeks with a pop-up Facebook group. I'm talking all. And then I list out all the things. Plus, I'm running 3 full days of training sessions to get you all set up, all for free because I'm crazy, want access. That was the post to begin with. Then I made a few edits to it. You can see I made lots of edits because I always go in and edit my posts and tweak them until they're like fully perfect. So I had 500 comments on this post. What I did yesterday is I went back and I edited it and I grabbed the replay and I added the link to this post.
Wow.
Which now makes it look like, I still can't believe this is like allowed because you have to make sure that you have good morals when you do things like this because you can get people to say like, comment below if red is your favorite color. And then you change it afterwards to say, comment below if blue is your favorite color. Don't do things like that. But here now, this has that organic reach behind it. All of these people here are now connected to this where I could come back. I'm going to show you later how we automate the messages that we send to people down here. I could come back, reply to every single person on this with an automation to tell them, hey, I added the replay up above.
Interesting. You know what's crazy is if you just shared that link, like especially like a video streaming,
It doesn't get good reach at all.
it's one of the worst. Like you'll get zero reach if you have a video share or a link, because typically what people do is they drive traffic to YouTube, and Facebook and YouTube, they're not really friendly with each other. So they're not friendly with video sharing links in general.
And this is the point of the social triangle. So what I just did, like exactly, the platforms want us to keep people on the platform longer. So when more people comment on our posts, that gives us more organic reach. This is not actually encouraging comments, even though we're sharing a link on Facebook. It's sending people off of my profile to the Facebook page, the HighLevel Facebook page. So this post is not going to get much organic reach, which you can see right here.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty
And a
wild.
page has less reach than a profile. So they rather have you have the users look at somebody's profile versus pushing them to like a business page that has some content. Like if they're on, it's just different engagement for the platform natively.
Times a million. And so if you are using your business page instead of your personal profile, know that you want to do the stuff that we talked about yesterday with that party bus, meaning you're building an email list and then you're sending people to the business page. So like what we did today to bring people to the HighLevel business page, I personally sent out emails, text messages, and messenger reminders on Instagram and Facebook. HighLevel, what did you guys send out?
Emails left and right, paid ads, social links. I mean, it was text messages, anything else you could think of. Yeah.
So remember yesterday when we said what you do around your video is more important than what you do in your video? The best way that we get organic reach on our posts is when I send an email to the post. So keep all of that in mind as we go through all of this because it is awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So good. And if you have questions, keep them coming in. I'm going to do Instagram really quick because I want to get through to creating content.
Yeah.
We're going to get to Instagram now. If you have questions, make sure you put the Q in front of it and we'll come back to it. I'm actually going to go here and I'm going to do this. Okay. Oh, I'm accidentally pulling up our client, Becca Rose, but she's amazing. So that's great. We can look at her account. But we're actually going to look at my account right here. All right. So when you're on Instagram, We have a very unique way that we use Instagram. And I actually spoke about this. I did a whole session about this at NAM. If you were at NAM with us at the National Association for Music Merchants, drop the word NAM in the chat because I'm so stoked to be connecting with so many musicians. And I did a whole session on this. So we actually use our Instagram account as a landing page. We use it as its own version of a website. It's very important when we're creating this content that we release our ego and our need for vanity metrics. And I'm saying this out loud for myself as much as I'm saying it for you. The vanity metrics do not matter. We had a video that hit a reach of 39 million. The only reason that turned into any clients is because I had this very specific sales system around it. But you can actually generate more sales with a post that gets like 5 likes sometimes because of the strategy that we're using today. So release the ego, and let's put that in the chat. Like, I let my ego fly. Like, let your ego go. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to notice my, I have one change that I actually suggest that I had to change on mine because I tried to get a verified account, but it wasn't letting me load my, my ID, which was weird. One thing that is really cool that I'm not doing anymore because they don't allow it with verified accounts is in your name right here. So like my username is the prepared performer, but my name right here, you can add 30 characters there. So you can add SEO terms into your name, which I usually have. I just recently deleted mine, but that's actually a good tip to up the ranking of your account, like Paulson said earlier. Make sure that your photo is very clearly you. I didn't mention that on the personal profile, but don't have like a family photo. Have something that really represents your brand. On our business page and Instagram, we have this picture of me with the rainbow face. I did it for Pride in like 2016 and I kept it because I liked it. So
Love it.
yeah. Then here, the video creator section here, you can see that's my type of account. If you want to have access to trending sounds, this is important, and you have a business page, you have to have an entrepreneur account. If you don't have trending sounds on Instagram, change your account to being an entrepreneur. It will fix it in seconds. Shout out to Gina Tassinelli, who taught me that a long time ago. It fixes it right away. Then notice again, get clients with video and organic social. It is super clear what I do and who I'm serving, right? Then I have my lead magnets, which are my free ChatGPT prompt guide and my Facebook organic top post guide. Now, the ChatGPT prompt guide is free. The top post guide is paid. Notice they're actually down here. So in my pinned posts, I have 3 things that I do very intentionally. The first is a free gift. So some sort of thing that's going to bring people to your party bus, bring people to your email list. The way that ours is set up is we're using ManyChat with a comment feature. I'm really hoping HighLevel has this access soon, which it may. I'm excited. Maybe, Paulson.
I think so.
So I think it may be coming. So we use a comment growth tool here to get people, when they comment below, we bring them into Messenger, get their email address, and then give them this gift. This one here is a paid thing. So when you go here, you comment below, we send you a message with the option to pay us. It's a pay what you want opt-in. People can pay us what they feel it's worth to get my top 100 posts. Then here, the third thing that I suggest that you do is something that's not to generate leads. It is to generate connections with people who share your values. So this post did super well. Sometimes when I post like fashion, nails, things like that, it does better than others. This was a really great post for us, and it ties into my values of, all of the things that I love. And so we left this as a pinned post here so that when people come, they know what we stand for. We stand for joy. We stand for everyone is accepted here on my profile. As you move down, you may notice a lot of times my numbers kind of suck on my Instagram, and I'm okay with that, right? Sometimes they do great, sometimes they don't, and we just let that go. We keep posting. The most important thing is our Instagram actually generates leads and sales. That is more important than vanity metrics. I'm going to keep reiterating that as we move on today. Another little thing that I'll share is this post right here, how to install plugins on ChatGPT. Yesterday, somebody sent us a message and said, hey, you're showing plugins, but they've been depreciated. That's not true. I actually had my husband buy a new ChatGPT account. I spent $20 to answer this question because I wanted to see, could new people actually generate get plugins, and they can. So I showed how to do it right here. If you don't have plugins, this is how to do it. Okay. Oh my gosh, we just covered so much. The final thing that I skipped is right here. You'll see testimonials, services, on stage, about us, Glam Fam, that's our top mastermind, and books. These highlights are the same that you would have on a website. So again, we're using this as a landing page. When I speak at events, do you want to know what I do when I speak at events? It's really cool. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm hoping you want to know.
Yes. I didn't
Okay.
realize you were telling me. I didn't realize you were
Okay.
asking me.
Okay, so when I speak at events, I say, and if you'd like access to all of our magic, go to my Instagram and message me the word. I always use a different word depending on the event. An example is the word human. So if you go to my Instagram and you message me the word human, it will trigger our messenger bot, which will bring you into our party bus. So I use Instagram almost like you would use like a text messaging service, right? Which we can do this with HighLevel. We can say, text us the word blah, blah, blah. We get people onto the party bus. We want to be moving people from the internet to our party bus, from real life to our party bus. And that's what we're doing today. Sound good?
Love it. Love it. So yeah, I was just about to ask you, what's the correlation between all the personal profiles and social accounts with relation to the Facebook group and the community? You're using
Okay.
it as
So
a top of the funnel system, basically.
yeah, so we're using this as a top of funnel. And yesterday, when we talked about awareness playgrounds, one of the things that we do is we'll recognize, like, okay, where are our people spending time? So I'm going to give you an example. If I go into the Jasper Facebook group, you will see, and I know Jasper has changed a lot over the years, but when it first started, man, that Facebook group was amazing. When you're doing this, you have to promise me that you will not be a creeper. Okay. Don't be a creeper. When I worked for Be Live, I was on the team at Be Live for about 5 years. Someone not from Restream, from another streaming tool whose name shall not be mentioned, came into the Be Live group and they messaged everyone in the Be Live group and said, hey, I know you're using Be Live, but our tool is better. You should come use ours. Here's a coupon.
Oh, wow.
Do not do that. It is rude and karma is you know what. So don't do that. So don't go in the HighLevel group and start like poaching people. But here is what you can do. Remember yesterday we talked about pain points and tickle points, right? Well, I'm going to show you, and somehow I accidentally deleted this post that I had posted inside the Jasper group, which I'm so sad about because it did so well. The post that I did, and mainly because it was such an awesome example, I'm going to Google the meme right now. Does anyone here use Slack? If you use Slack, just raise your hand on the chat so I can, or in the Zoom room so I can see that people use Slack. And if you're in the chat, just say yes. If you're on Facebook, and if you're in the group here, if you just joined us on Zoom, maybe we can share the link to the Facebook chat again in here, because if you're just joining us, the chat is happening over on Zoom.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me go ahead. And by the way, if you go find any high-level social channels of any kind, we're streaming there right now. So LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, wherever. Like,
I didn't go to LinkedIn yesterday. I need to do that.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do that. Okay, awesome. So watch this. This is the meme that I shared inside the Jasper group. It got like 400 likes and it brought people to my social profile because people could click and then go to my profile to see who I was because I made them laugh. This is it. So I just shared this person's thing. It says, I'm sorry. I know someone worked very hard on this, but I thought after 2 years, my feelings would fade. But the Slack logo is four ducks all sniffing each other's butts. And I'm tired of pretending it's not.
Oh my goodness. That's too funny.
Have you seen this before?
I've never seen this before.
Okay. I think it is the funniest thing ever, and you can never unsee it. But so Charlie's like, what do you see this? It looks like ducks sniffing each other's butts, right? Charlie had no idea we had this much fun. Okay, so if we go into the Jasper group, I'm just going to show you here. If I come in here, I'm going to hit search and I'm going to search my own name. Now I've already done this as an example for other people, so you'll see. These are all of the posts that I've done inside the Jasper group. I never poach inside here, but I come in here and I provide value. So I'm celebrating the tool, I'm providing value, and look at these posts, 58 likes, 15 comments. I'm celebrating this, 55 likes, 21 comments. celebrating this, 152 likes, 40 comments. I'm just showing what this tool can do. So Jasper loves it because I'm giving them shout outs. This guy here, like, this is all engagement because I'm providing value inside this group, right? Providing all this value. What happens when people provide value is that people then click on their profile and they get to see what they're doing on their personal profile.
Yeah. And your rankings climb up slowly by surely.
And and that's a really good point. It's not going to happen overnight, but especially if you're using this the professional mode, you'll be able to see how many new people you're getting to your profile following you. It is awesome.
Yep.
The other thing is when we actually bring people into, and this is going to be really clear about our community, the difference between the community and the community and the group pipeline. So I'm actually going to pull up my slides from yesterday, which I wasn't showing, but I'm going to show right now because I want to show you in case anybody's just joining us for the first time today. I'm going to pull up my slides from yesterday to explain what I mean, because Paulson, I know we were talking about this yesterday, and before we actually go into ChatGPT, which we're going to do next, I want to go over this pipeline thing again, because this is going to make the pipelines extremely clear. And Paulson, yesterday I kind of avoided it because I didn't know if I was allowed to share this.
Oh, no, you're good. So this
Okay.
pipeline right here is basically an overview of your automation map, right?
Exactly. So what we're doing here is this would be like me going into a Facebook group where my people are spending time posting a meme or posting something of value. Then those people who comment there, they become a part of my community pipeline because it's somebody else's group.
Yes.
The intention is that they would then come follow me on my personal profile. I'm not going into other groups and just like scraping data, but I'm going in there, I'm connecting, and I'm building relationships through comments and engagement. Those people would be a part of my community pipeline. Then when they come into my group, whether it's my main free group or my pop-up group, they become a part of my group pipeline. So do you want to see, Paulson, how we actually move them off of Facebook into HighLevel?
Yes, absolutely. And one thing I want to clarify. So the way I got confused by your terminology for a quick second on community versus group.
Okay.
What I've learned from you is you look at community similar to like a network, like your whole network of
Exactly.
prospects, where group is an isolated pocket, right? So when I think of
Yes.
communities, I think of like, we have high level communities and it's a group. So I got confused by that. That's why I reiterate that point.
Okay, thank you. And this is also a really important thing with our language at the Prepared Performer. We don't use the word audience because now that we're here together having this conversation, if you're here on Zoom, if you're watching this video, you are a part of my community. I don't use the word audience. I come from the world of theater where someone is on stage, other people are in the house in the audience. That provides like a disconnect. I don't play that way. I'm really big about all of us being here in this experience together. That's why I'm saying, like, raise your hand if you're using Slack. You guys can put your hands down now. But that's why I'm doing this, and it really helps us to be able to move people forward. I actually almost used I like to use mugs. My mugs are my feelings, to quote my friend Rachel. My mugs are my feelings. And I used this show up mug today, but I almost used my Mr. Rogers mug, which I actually bought for my husband's for Father's Day, but I stole it from him. The Mr. Rogers mug, because Mr. Rogers was so good at this. When he did his video, he didn't say, "Hey, everybody in the neighborhood." He said, "Hey, neighbor." And I get goosebumps every time I think about it. I'll also shout out Jason Mraz. So if you are on Spotify, at the end of the year, you got like your top people that you followed. So the top people that we followed, Charlie is going to love this, was Jason Mraz, because my aunt gave me tickets to a concert of his this year, and he is like my complete obsession now. His new album is so good. James Taylor, which I thought was nice. My mom passed away last year, and so my mom loved James Taylor, and we spent a lot of time listening to James Taylor. And then the third one was Weird Al Yankovic, which my kids are obsessed with Weird Al. So we got 3 videos from them on Spotify. Did you see that on Spotify?
Yes, the recap of the whole year. Yes.
Yeah, and then they sent an actual video of them saying like, "Hey, thanks so much for being one of my top fans." Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, my husband's bringing me magical coffee.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John Dominguez. Thank you, Charleston. I love you. Good luck. Please shut the door. Thank you.
So Molly, I
Okay.
don't mean to cut you off. Let's get back to the automations pipeline.
Okay. Perfect. But let me just really quick. The point of that video is that Jason Mraz said, "Hey, you, thank you." He was like one person. James Taylor
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"Hey, everybody, thanks for being a part of my thing." But Jason Mraz made you a part of the community.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's true.
it's different. Okay. And then we have the sales pipeline. So the way that we do this is we use a tool that I will share with you. One of the bonuses you're going to get is about this tool. It's a third-party tool that integrates with HighLevel. We come here and we actually have our own white labeled version of this tool as well. When you come here, you'll see, so like Matt, I'm going to hover over Matt's name. Watch what happens. Matt is not in our HighLevel account. And I can tell you, or he's not connected via social at least. But if I want to add Matt into our community, all I have to do, because he commented right here, is I'm just going to add him in. So I'm going to add him in. I'm not going to put him in my sales pipeline. I'm going to put him in my community pipeline. Now, at this point, this is very important. So we're using a tool called Group Track. I've white labeled it. If you go to molly.live/awesome, you can see more about it. And we're going to give you a whole free training on it tomorrow. So you can wait till then to get it. But what happens is, notice I don't have Matt's email address. This is really important, okay? So this is how we get people's emails into HighLevel. Right now, I'm not scraping through the profile. What I'm going to do is when Matt makes the decision, Matt, if you're watching this, thanks for letting us use you as an example. When Matt makes the decision to come join us in our Facebook group, guess what happens? We ask questions like, what's your email address? When that happens, he gets added into our group pipeline. His email gets put into the system. The system is integrated with HighLevel. So now when we're doing these pop-up Facebook groups, our pipeline gets automatically populated in HighLevel. So now when someone joins my Facebook group, I can send them an email. If I ask for their phone number, I can send them a text message. And now I've synced my social platforms, both on Facebook and Instagram, with my HighLevel account.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to the folks at Group Track. They were one of our sponsors at the Level Up conference. So great people, great product, really cool things that they're doing. So I'm sure you're going to go over some internal like training.
Tomorrow, you get part of your part of your snapshot is that you get the integration. So tomorrow we'll go through how to like actually connect it.
Love it.
Sound good? Amazing. And Jenna, the co-founder, Jenna and I actually went to elementary school together. Did you know that?
Wow. No, I did not.
So,
I did not.
yeah, it's so cool. So she's been a client and I really I helped them to build Group Track. They created it while she was in our program. And I am so grateful because we use it all the time. We have our own white labeled version that has all of our pipelines. So I'm going to show you how we'll connect those together. It's awesome.
That reminds me, I was supposed to schedule a podcast with her for the HighLevel spotlight sessions, and I didn't get a chance to follow up with her. So I have to follow up on that email thread. Thanks for
Amazing. Perfect. I'm so glad. And you can actually, so this is also how we're going to create content next, but just so you know what's going to happen with your content, what we do is, and tomorrow I'll show you how to do this also, or if we have time at the end today, I can show you how to do this.
Yes.
Notice that all of these comments that we're getting here, I am actually automating the replies. So if you were looking at this yesterday and you were like, holy heck, I'm going to have to hire 3 more team members to keep up with all of this. But all of these comments in here, I am actually replying to this with an automation. It's like having a team member sit at your computer and do it for you. It automatically brings people into HighLevel. It's amazing.
Quick question. Is that done with ChatGPT or Group Track?
With Group Track.
Okay, very cool. So
yeah.
Exciting.
I
don't know exactly what Group Track does, so you're gonna have to give me some.
Okay, yeah. We'll talk about it a little bit more as we go on.
Cool.
And is it okay just because if people are curious and they want like our pipelines, can I give our link for that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go to molly.live/awesome. And what actually happens when you do that is you install, just like we're doing with the snapshot, you'll install all of our pipelines. So you'll install the community pipeline, the free group pipeline, everything. So it'll be set up to connect with your HighLevel account perfectly.
What was that link again?
molly.live/awesome.
Okay,
because
cool.
it is awesome.
You have the coolest domains.
Thank you. They're like word of mouth domains, Ryan Levesque likes to say, which I think is so good. Okay, are you guys ready to actually create this content?
Yes.
Create the content? Okay.
Let's go.
Then you're going to see how this all goes into HighLevel. It is so good. Okay. So we covered your profile. And then what we're going to be doing as we create this content, and I'm going to give you prompts in just a second, the prompts that we're going to use will help us to create content based on the following beliefs. As we're building these buying beliefs, we're going to cover why me, meaning why the human being, right? Why the human being, which we often forget. And I know I just jumped right into this. In the chat, if you can let me know, like, what's your best nugget so far? Is this helpful? Are you finding value in this? Give me a little heart on the screen so I can make sure we're all tracking together. Okay, and I'll put that, yeah, Elizabeth shared the link. Thanks, Liz, so much. Okay, so the why me is why the human being. We're going to dive deep into this. It's really good. The why this is what we talked about earlier with that post that I have on my personal profile where you can share why, how much you're enjoying this workshop. That would be a why this post. Something that's very product based. It could be a tutorial. That's a why this type post. Then a why you post is why you as the person behind the brand. So this is like, everything we do at the Quesadilla of Awesome. This is where your values, your expertise, your personality, your energy, that matters. Why now, meaning why now in terms of the world, or why now in terms of like, hey, we've got this 30-day free trial that you can get if you're here with us now. That's a why now belief. Why now could also be like if they're parents and they're about to be empty nesters because their kids are graduating. Like, let's say we talked about Will Reynolds, who's an audition coach and a composer. We also have another member of our programs, Drew Boudreau, who's a college audition coach. A why now belief for him could be about the fact that your kids are getting ready for college. And there's all kinds of other value we can bring that ties into that why now belief that's going to connect with them and get them to realize that Drew can help them. Why not? Meaning, what are the objections that they have to purchasing from you? And we want to make sure we squish those objections before we actually make an offer. And there's a couple more beliefs that I'm going to give you in just a second. Before we dive into all those two extra beliefs, I'm going to give you a prompt that will help you to have AI create this for you. These are all of, and take a screenshot of this, because this is like if you want to get really granular into those beliefs. So example, you're going to use that chat that you seasoned yesterday, and it already knows about your business. So you're going to say, create a list of personal reasons that, remember yesterday we had my ideal client, Alex. So that Alex would have for wanting to, watch this. The result that Alex gets from working with me is have more like time freedom, right? Not wanting to use organic social media. Organic social media is not the result that I provide. That is this type thing. That's the product or service. So I want to create a prompt that's like a list of reasons that Alex would have for wanting to grow her business, for wanting to increase her sales. There's a lot of ways that she could go about that, but I'm going to find the things that tie to why it matters to her as a human being. Now, these prompts are what we used to walk through individually, but recently I've created what we call the super prompt. And so I've taken this out of our content club and I'm going to give it to you right here. Act like a world-renowned marketing and sales expert who has a deep understanding of human psychology and marketing. Please make me a list of buying beliefs that my ideal clients would need to have in order to purchase name of product based on the info you have above. Because remember, you created that whole branding document with all your products in it. Then you're going to judge like we talked about yesterday, review and edit as needed. Then we're going to say, great, now write a statement that instills the belief and explain why this will help people to want to buy from me. Add that into a table with the headers, belief, statement, and why it works. Watch this. This is the first list of beliefs that it gives me. So I did this for our content club, and it gave me beliefs like this: the value of AI technology, quality over quantity, the value of continuous learning, time efficiency, trust in your brand, belief in collaborative intelligence. So notice earlier, I'm going to like pull back a little bit and give you a little up with the important it was to be in a community and to get feedback. Well, that's actually a buying belief that I am instilling because I believe that it's true. And I know if you're ever going to want to work with us in the future, you need to believe in that collaborative intelligence. This is the same thing that HighLevel really preaches, is this continuous learning. That's why they're giving you so many amazing, training videos so that you can stay ahead of the curve. The more that we instill these buying beliefs, the better our results will be. Then we can actually squish objections with things like, and we'll get into the why not beliefs, but a why not belief could be, oh my gosh, this is too much information. HighLevel is confusing, right?
Yep.
No, we're going to streamline it. And I'm going to tell you that when you take the time to actually learn all of this stuff, it is what I call Alzheimer's prevention. It is good for you to learn all of this stuff. And the more that we instill that, the more you feel better about all of the goodness that we provide, right? And you want to stay a client of HighLevels forever. Okay, so good. All right, so that's the first half. Then after we edit and zhuzh, what we're going to do here is we're going to get the actual buying beliefs. So we get the buying belief, we get a statement that instills that belief, and then the prompt actually analyzes these statements for us, which is awesome. So here, like quality trumps quantity every time. Don't just create more content, create smarter content. Now, that's an okay statement. I don't think it's really like totally in my voice, but I could take that as an idea and I could say, do you agree? Now I've got a social triangle type post that's going to get people to comment. I can go back to them and say, hey, if you want some quality, come join my masterclass, right? It's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay. Then what we end up doing with this is we actually batch create all the content. So this is how we're going to create together right now your entire content for the month. So we create the buying beliefs. We then create one-liners. Then we create engaging questions, short form videos, and long form videos. Once we've created all of that, then we move into repurposing. We take that long form video, we turn it into a blog post. We kind of showed you how to do that yesterday by putting Paulson's video with that Vox script plugin yesterday. Then we create carousel posts based on that. Then we create short form videos based on that. And then we get back to the beginning and we create more one-liners and questions. Okay. Now, Paulson, does this seem like a lot?
No, I think we're following. So
Okay.
when it comes to content creation, is it a one-time thing or is this something you do like in the beginning of the month? Like how do you
Yeah.
manage the
So the way
cadence?
that I suggest we do this, and when we get into the Google Doc, which I'm going to share in a second, we're going to go through two different types of content. So we'll actually create the whole month at the beginning of the month. And then once you've created three, or technically like the third week of the last month, we create the content for the next month. And then once you've created 3 months of content, you go back and you can look at what worked and you can repost it, which is amazing. So you repost it, you put things into, we call it like a content queue so that it can be automatically reposted, which is awesome. So in order to create the graphics, I'm going to come back to that. I want to get straight into the AI and get straight into actually doing things. Are you ready to do that?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this Google Doc, I'm going to share in the chat. And this, again, like usually I would make you opt in for this, but you already opted in with HighLevel and I'm obsessed with HighLevel. So I'm giving you this just here as
This
a
is
Google
the
Doc.
resources link, right? So I can post the resources link and they'll go there, right?
Oh, yeah, it's in there.
Okay, awesome. So in case if you need a shorter link, let me just pull that up.
Great. I'm also just going to put this Google Doc in the chat. I'm on the, I know we've got amazing team members all over, but this is here. And so what I would love you to do, similar to what we did yesterday, and if anybody's here for the first time today, know that I'm going to give you a shortcut so you can go back and do yesterday's assignment. I'm going to give you a shortcut so you'll be able to do this with us too today also.
Awesome.
And I'm just going to keep adding. I know we have that resources doc, but I'm also just like adding all the magic here. So like, again, if you don't have HighLevel, go here, the top 100 posts. If you want that, I've added that. If you want it's called Social Stars CRM, which is powered by, CRM. This is our group track. I'm going to add that in here too.
Yeah, and the Google Drive link for all customers, just so you know, it's gohighlevel.com/Molly Mahoney resources. So all resources, all collaterals, whatever we're sharing in this workshop will be there. Either if it's not there, wait till the end of the day, but everything will be loaded in there by the end of this session.
So, and even like yesterday, someone requested that I share the chat from ChatGPT yesterday. And so I did. I added that into
Awesome.
into the resources as well. Okay, we're going to zoom in on this sucker so you guys can actually see it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're in the content club, know that I pulled out something. So like our spreadsheet that we do in there, I didn't put that in here. This is like getting right into creating the content. There's two different types of content that we suggest you create. One is evergreen content that can just be put into a queue and it can be set out on repeat. Sometimes this is like people get nervous about this because they're like, oh, I can't actually post the same thing again. Yes, you can. People don't even see it most of the time. And if they're seeing it again, if they liked it before, they'll like it again. Know that you can repeat your content. I have some things that I posted like 15 times and it still does well. These are one-liners that instill buying beliefs. We're also going to do something with these one-liners called Barnum statements that I just learned, and it is so cool. You're going to love it. And then we're going to do engaging questions. And so those are things that help to work with the algorithm, get people to comment below, to raise their hands saying that they're a good fit to work with you. Remember, when we do these engaging questions, we're going to be able to bring them into HighLevel. It is awesome. And then value video posts. So these value video posts, they are scheduled to go out. And the reason that we call them evergreen, this is really important. The reason that we call them evergreen is because, not because I repost my live videos again and again, like I don't go live multiple times, but we bring them back to life. So like if I wanted to show you, just as an example, if I wanted to show you how to create searchable GIFs on Giphy, I use a party bus link. Watch this. I'm going to go molly.live/FB GIFs. And that's going to take you right to a Facebook Live that I did years ago about how to create GIFs. So I'm building a library of content that I can repurpose and reuse again and again. This library of content is going to send people to our pop-up Facebook group. Okay, so that's the evergreen content. Then the non-evergreen content that we're not creating with AI necessarily. Sometimes we'll add in some AI for this, but this is going to be new things that we're putting out. Human stuff, sunsets, food, selfies. Okay. Testimonials. So those are things like when new people are in your program and they post something, you can actually share their testimonials, or old people, whatever, post your testimonials. And then promotional posts. So promotional posts are things like what we call a validation question. So this post that I did here was a validation question. This one, like, hey, if I was to give away all this stuff, would you want access? When people comment below, it's like, okay, good, because I'm already doing it. That's a validation question to get them. Like if I was to create a training, whoops, if I was to create a training on how we organize our Google Docs, would you want it? Let me know below. That's a validation question. Okay. And then promotional, like straight up go buy my stuff. And then I added music on here because when I was speaking at NAM, I wanted to make sure I included those humans. So if you're a singer or if you're a dancer or you're an artist, I saw that we had some amazing artists with like 10 million followers in the chat here. Your music or your art, do that as a new thing. Like do that live, show people what's happening. Okay, now we are going to jump into these prompts and we're actually going to create the content together.
Awesome.
So if you used a chat yesterday to season your AI, you can actually continue right inside that chat. So this GHL AI-ified pop-up group chat, this is my seasoned AI. If you did not, I got your back. So if you did not finish this, just say not yet in the chat or raise your hand on the screen just so I know if you did not do the exercise from yesterday, you're not in trouble. I'm just going to give you a little cheat code. Okay. And just say not yet in the chat just so I know where we're at. If you did it yesterday, if you can give me some hearts on the screen, then I'll know that you're caught up and you get extra accolades. Okay, if you didn't do it yet, all I want you to do is just go into ChatGPT and say, please analyze this website. And then put your website in. This is like your shortcut. It's not going to work as well as if you had done everything from yesterday. Preparedperformer.com. And I am going to add that HTTPS thing on there again, just in case, because it may need that. Again, I'm typing with one hand, so thank you for your patience on that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just going to say, please analyze this website. That's going to be my shortcut. Ugh. Okay. So if this happens, if it's, oh, it's because I'm using GPT 3.5. You have to be using 4, or plugins. And if you're not, then what you got to do is you just got to tell it about your brand. I'm not going to go back over it. Paulson, we can share the link from yesterday.
Yep.
But let me actually, I'm going to start a new chat. I'm going to use the plugin. The plugin that I use is Web Pilot, just to make sure this is actually working. So I'm going to use that plugin. This is with the paid version of ChatGPT. Please review this. And you can say like, and tell me about the brand, right? Okay. And if you're having a hard time creating your voice, and you did yesterday's homework, when we get to the Q&A at the end, like really, you just have to talk back and forth with it and say, hey, this isn't really emulating my voice. Here is an example of a post I'd like to use as my voice. Write a post in your voice, or come in and say, write like Brene Brown and Shailene Johnson, right? Like that's something that can take some time. And tell me about the brand. Okay, this is like the quick start version. But for those of you that did yesterday, what you should have as we move forward here, what you should have, oh my gosh, sorry. What you should have is something that looks like this. Oh my gosh, am I showing the wrong screen?
No, you were on ChatGPT.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay. On my this is really strange. On my Facebook Live, I'm seeing my personal profile. So just refresh it if you're not seeing the right thing.
Yeah, the streaming usually lags a little bit, so yeah, no sweat.
Yeah, just someone else asked if they weren't seeing it. So okay.
Let me double
Okay,
check.
great.
I see on our streaming.
Awesome. So you're going to have a full thing like this that identifies all of your products if you want this to be the best. If you haven't done this yet, don't worry, you'll still be able to get the idea and the choreography of it. Okay, so notice it's doing this. And then what I'm going to do, just so that this actually works the best, oh gosh, sorry, so this actually works the best as an example, I am going to use my brand document. So I'm going to copy all of this and I'm going to share this into the chat. Okay, and then we're going to move on together and we're going to get content scheduled into HighLevel. So make sure you've got your trial because we're going to go use it right after we do this.
Exciting.
Yes, I know, we're finally there. Okay, so now I'm going to just say great. And notice also, this is like really identifying my website is clear. It knows who I am. It's all on there. But now I'm going to do this and say, here's
my branding guide
more info.
And
right?
this is a new chat you just started, right?
I just started a brand new chat. Yeah.
Cool,
so you can start a brand new chat and say, here's more info. Okay. Great. So awesome. Amazing. It's like identifying things. Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into this document and you're going to see this prompt. If your chat isn't seasoned, you're going to do what I just did. If your chat is already seasoned, you're going to scroll down and you're going to use prompt 1 option B. Okay. We're going to go right here and all you're going to do is copy the text in yellow.
And
copy the text.
Quick question for you, Molly. Do you recommend people pulling up HighLevel and working with you? Are you going to go click by click, or do you prefer them to kind of implement later and just watch the
when we get to HighLevel, you can definitely go click by click.
Okay,
and when it comes to this ChatGPT stuff, it really depends on your comfort level. So if it's hard for you to even figure out how to log into ChatGPT, then just watch, use osmosis, and go implement later. But if you are good at multitasking, then do it with me because you'll be able to see the results right away. It's actually super easy. And you know what I love to do, actually, Paulson? That's such a great question. If you're here with us, so Paulson, you're going to do this with me. Take your hands like this. Paulson, you're the only one who I can see, so you have to do it with me. Okay. So inside here, we're just going to say the word easy. Just say easy inside your hands. Easy. Okay, and now we're going to put our easy hat on. So do it with me. Ready? Easy. And everything's going to get really easy.
Love it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to paste that first prompt. So this is prompt 1, either option A or B. So I'm just going to paste it right in there. What this is doing is it is asking for all of those beliefs. And remember earlier I said I would give you 2 more beliefs. The 2 more that we're adding here are why stay and why worse, which is why it would be worse off if they don't buy.
Yeah.
So, oh, and I forgot. Oh my gosh. One little thing you have to do. See where it says enter where you're promoting? I forgot to edit that. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to click the little edit button. I did that on purpose just in case any of you missed that. I'm going to click the edit and then I'm going to go in here and I'm actually going to put in, just as an example, I'm going to put in our mastermind social sales stars. So I'm going to say social. This is our coaching program.
Okay.
Our mastermind is called Glam Social Sales Stars. Right? I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to come back down and I'm going to let it rerun it. So if you make a mistake or you don't like what it's doing, you can actually edit it.
Got it.
And I see some questions coming in about HighLevel. We're going to get into that in just a second. HighLevel actually replaces every tool that you use in marketing. Not just, someone asked about funnels that click. It doesn't only create funnels that click. It actually creates your entire system. It can replace everything.
Yeah, I like to think HighLevel is the first ever operating system ever created in the world of marketing, where you can build your own CRMs off of it and white label it. That's the only way to look at it. And because all we do is just create, develop features all day long, 500-600 plus, all
It's
for you to
basically
kind
like
of.
you have your own SaaS team working for, like you have your own team building the tool of your dreams.
Our goal is to
Yes.
become like a Google or a Salesforce when we grow up to be big kids.
You are big kids. I love it. It's so good. Okay, so in these beliefs that it gave me, why me? Personal growth and success. I believe that my personal growth and success in business are paramount. I need a solution that aligns with my ambitions and helps me to achieve my full potential. So that's actually really great because I can then focus on like content that is more about like self growth, not only about your business growth. So that's a great belief that I can then add into my content. Why this? Effectiveness on social media strategies, effectiveness of organic social media strategies, right? So I believe that organic social media strategies are most authentic and are the most authentic and effective way to connect with my audience and grow my business. So I want to instill that belief. So I'm going to create content based on that belief.
Yeah.
I'm
Quick
not going to go
question
through
for
every
you.
single one. We kind of get it.
Yeah, quick brief question for you. Where do we add our tonality? Like, let's say I want to use controversy as my canvas.
Okay. Controversy as your canvas. I'm
Like,
actually going to show you in this next step how you can do that. And I did this live on stage at NAM. I don't know if Brian is here, but there's this guy named Brian who is a saxophone repair shop. They repair all types of horns. And he asked a question and he was like, this is great, but I'm repairing saxophones, which hasn't changed since the 1800s. And so he was like, this is like kind of, confusing. And I don't understand what you're saying. And so I did this for his business. And he said, well, that's great. But what if I want it to be more of a snarky a-hole? So we came back and we changed it into a snarky jerk and we got the best content ever. It was so funny. So I'm going to, in honor of Brian, I'm going to show you how to do that. So
awesome.
this is not actually the content you'll be using. This is just to decide on the beliefs that you're going to instill. This is going to feel more like fluffy, light, and lovely, right? Unless in your brand document you said, I want to be a snarky jerk, right? Like Scary Mommy, she would say, I'm a snarky jerk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then we're going to go to the next step. And this is really good. So if you want to add in more specificity, you can say something like this. That's a great start. I'd like to be more specific and unique. That's a great start. I'd like to write this as a hot mess mom. Let's try that. I'm going to do this just to show you how you would edit it. Notice here I say like write in the style of Perry Belcher, Donald Miller, and Brene Brown. So I'm actually going to give you this little bonus prompt right here. We're going to copy this. We're going to put this in here. And I'm going to say, right in the style of, just to be fun, a hot mess mom. Okay, that's my favorite voice. So watch this. And Charisse, as soon as we write your content, we're going to go into HighLevel and I'm going to show you how to put it into the tool. So you'll start to see what it does. Amazing. Okay, good. I'm so glad you guys, and let me know in the chat, like, you can take your hands down if you raised your hands earlier that you had not done yesterday's stuff. And then re-raise your hand, or in the chat, let me know, like, is this amazing? Are you getting great results? Is this cool?
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so this is actually doing a little more, but I want it to recreate. This is not giving me what I wanted, right? So I'm going to be more specific in how I ask for this. I'm going to say, rewrite those beliefs in the style of a hot mess mom. Like, rewrite those same beliefs in the style of a hot mess mom. And I always love to show you little tweaks as we do this so that you notice this really is like dancing with the AI. And also, I don't know why it's saying glam because I said social sales stars. No, stop. That is not right.
Are you getting mad at ChatGPT?
I am. I'm going to say that's a great, huh. So we can get a more unique set of beliefs. Oh, hold on. Because I said based on the perfect purchase to purchase glam, I confused it. That was my error. So sales stars.
Yeah, there is this thing called AI hallucination. It's very similar to ad fatigue. You could confuse it by overwhelming too many directions.
And that was a thing called user error. Use the same table. Okay, and if you got a really good one, just leave it, but I'm just showing you how you could tweak it to make it in your voice. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Okay, but I
Now,
did
now,
not
how
want
is
it to
this?
redo my ideal client. I wanted it to give, oh, it says, okay, but it says, I need to be patient. Let's define her characteristics and then rewrite the beliefs accordingly. This team member wants to prove how smart they are. Okay, be patient, Mahoney. Okay, so look
So
at this. The need
how
for
is this?
simplicity.
I'm
What?
sorry. How is this relevant to the group component? Like, help me understand.
Because this is how we're going to fill our group, and this is how we're going to increase engagement in our group, because this is going to turn into the next prompt that I give it is going to give us all the prompts to build the awareness and to fill our group.
Got you. Okay,
Because
back
we are
to
not Kevin
content creation.
Costner. If we build it, they will not come. We have to actually get them there.
Okay.
So check this out, like the need for simplicity and efficiency. I'm always juggling a million things. I need a business solution that's straightforward and doesn't add to my chaos. Is that good?
That's really good. Yeah.
That's like amazing. Amazing. Okay. So now what we're going to do, now that I've gotten it to understand we're writing for a hot mess mom, we're going to come in here and this is where we're going to start to fill your group. So each line of this next table is going to be your content for the week. So it says, now please act as a highly skilled YouTube creator, whether you're using YouTube or not. The YouTube creator definition lets it know who we are, like who I want them to have the brilliance of. So act as a highly skilled YouTube creator with a deep knowledge of human desires. Make me a list of video topics that will help to instill each belief in the table above. I'd like the titles to be thumb stopping and really make my ideal client to want to watch. When you create this list, look at how specific I'm getting with this. Put them in a table with the headers, belief category, belief, tweet that instills the belief, video topic, title idea number 1, title idea number 2, intro hook, video description, bullet points to cover in the video, question about the video topic. And then I'm going to add 2 more things onto this list to make it even more awesome. I'm going to add Barnum statement. Do you know what a Barnum statement is?
Enlighten me.
So did I tell you this? Did I go over this yesterday?
You had mentioned it, but we didn't go over it.
Okay, so this is the thing that Josh Beechcraft taught me. And basically a Barnum statement is a statement that is like what you get in a fortune cookie. It's written in a way that it is broad enough for everyone to resonate with it, but it's specific enough that it makes you feel like, oh my gosh,
It's for
that
you.
is me, right?
It's like
And
when I
then,
read all the horoscopes.
yes, exactly. It's horoscopes. Snarky tweet. Okay, so we're going to add snarky, sarcastic. Okay. And those will be really good memes for us later.
Okay.
Things to keep in mind. Why me? Why this? Why you? Why not? Why stay? Beliefs and descriptions, or use the descriptions from the descriptions of, sorry, use the beliefs from the descriptions that you wrote above, because we're building upon those beliefs. The tweet should be something that I could share on Twitter or social media post on its own. It should be something that really hits home and provides an aha for my ideal client. Don't use quotation marks when you use this, and limit your use of emojis, because when I first started doing this, it gave me loads of quotation marks and emojis, which were bad. And this is the value of working with someone who's already done this, because I've made this so specific for you.
I love
Do you
it.
want me to read the rest of this, or should we just copy and paste it?
No, I say we copy and paste and then we can review after. But
Okay,
what
perfect.
you're doing here is, from what I understand, is feeding the system to have right context for the content.
Exactly. So that when it gives me the content, it is going to be giving it to me in a way that I actually want it, so that I'm more likely to be able to copy and paste this into a spreadsheet and then schedule it on HighLevel. You will still need to edit, right? And if you have a specific voice that you want it to use for this, like Hot Mess Mom, you can add that in here. I'm going to just paste this exactly as it is and watch what's going to happen. This is so good.
Wow.
Okay. So why me? Need for simplicity and efficiency. And belief to instill. Juggling kids, business, and sanity. You're not alone.
Wow.
Which is really good for building a community of people in that space. The video topic is balancing business and family. Then it gives two title ideas: how I run a business with my toddler on my hip, and which would not work for me because I don't have a toddler on my hip, but mompreneurs, winning at business without losing your mind. Now, I may not use the word mompreneurs, but I may say, like, parents winning at business without losing their mind, right? How I win at business without losing my mind, right? Like, or how I run a business with two kiddos at home, right? Okay. And so you can just adjust them like that. Intro hook. Ever felt like running a business while being a full-time mom is an extreme sport? That's a good hook. Struggling to balance your business and family life? Discover simple strategies to manage both without losing your sanity. And so you'd say, like, in this video, discover simple strategies to manage both without losing your sanity. Then the video topic, or sorry, the video bullet points. These, I would have my own bullet points, but this is giving me a great place to start. Now, this is also giving me really good ideas for a carousel post. Again, all of this content is going to bring people into our pop-up group, right? We're building our community outside of our group to bring people into our group. Just to reiterate how that's happening. Huh?
So this content is going to be posted outside of the group, though, right?
Correct.
So
This
external, top of the funnel.
totally top of funnel. Inside the snapshot,
Yeah.
I give you the exact post to put inside your pop-up group.
Okay, got it.
So
Okay.
these are all, I'm showing you how to write these top of funnel to bring people in.
Is this
And
helpful, y'all? Are y'all getting a lot out of this? Give us a one in the chat if you're loving this so far.
I'm
I'm
seeing
like,
some OMGs, which I really love.
love it.
Okay, and then some of these you can actually use in your like regular free group as well.
Okay.
Question about the video topic. How do you balance your business and family life without feeling overwhelmed? So just to show you how easy this can be, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to my Facebook profile, and I'm going to click right here. You don't need a graphic. I could put a background on it if I wanted to, but I don't even need to do that. I can leave it like this, and I'm going to say, help a girl out.
Can you also do hashtag high level workshop right now?
Oh, yeah.
Just for fun.
Yes. Okay. How do you balance your business and family life without feeling overwhelmed? And then I'm going to give a little context. So I could just post that on its own, but I'm going to say I'm collecting tips. I'll shout you out. So I'm giving them a little more incentive.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
In a post. Okay. And then I'm going to add, what did you say the hashtag
I
was?
was just saying hashtag high level workshop. Just for fun.
Yeah. Okay. So then if you do that, you're going to see other things from the high level workshop too, which is cool. Okay. And because I'm using this professional mode, I could also post to my business page at the same time. Easy peasy.
Wow.
Now, if I'm using remember we're talking about the pop-up groups, but if I'm using a regular free group as part of this as well, then I can schedule these to go out in a free group with HighLevel, which I'll show you in a moment.
Awesome.
Okay. Barnum statement. You're more capable than you think, even amidst the chaos.
Yeah.
That's something that's going to make people feel seen and heard. Okay, snarky, sarcastic tweet. Thought running business with kids was hard. Try doing it with a cat. And then you could put this into AI and create like like an AI image of a mom with a kid and a cat sitting on her head or something, right?
Yeah. Real quick, let's say if you don't like one of the items on the table, how do you request for one item to be kind of reevaluated in general?
Yep.
Like,
So what you would do is at the bottom, you'd say, this is great. I'd actually really like to adjust to the content that you wrote for the why me belief. Please do the why me belief again.
got it.
Right? So you talk to it just like you would a regular human being and give it that feedback.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Amazing. All right. So we're going to go in here and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of this table and we're going to see, did it actually create every single belief? Sometimes it doesn't do the whole thing, but it looks like it actually did. So it did. It created all of them. So and this is kind of looking weird because I have it zoomed in so big, right? So that's why I have to keep going to other sides. Okay. We're ready to go into high level. Are you ready to go into high level?
Yes. Give us a one in the chat if you're ready for high level stuff.
Okay. So we're
And
going to
are y'all
select.
following? Are y'all following? Give me a one in the chat if you're following. If we need to slow down or if it's too much, give us a two in the chat and no problem if you want us to slow down. But I just want to make sure you're getting top value out of this. Okay.
Okay, Penny Kelly, this is so good. So Penny Kelly's a member of our content club and provides such awesome insights. And she said, Nuggets, so good. Sarcastic tweet was experts, because sometimes Google just doesn't cut it. That's
Okay,
great. And it's instilling a belief. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go into a spreadsheet. So we're going to go to a spreadsheet and I love to go just to sheets.new. Open up a brand new spreadsheet. Okay. Now, those of you that are in the content club, you know, we have our specific spreadsheet. You can use that sheet, but we're just going to use a blank one and it's going to work really well for today. What I'm going to do now is, and this is really important, I'm going to paste this into this spreadsheet. If I double click into this cell right here, what's going to happen is this. And if I just hit Command V like regular, it's going to look like that.
whoa.
That is not what we want. So instead, I'm going to click out. I need to make sure that when I click in here, that it has that little blue dot right there. And then I'm going to hit Shift Command V. That is going to put all of the content right into a spreadsheet for me that I can build upon. Now, remember I said we were going to create a month of content in like 15 minutes? Watch this. If I go to Format, I go to Wrapping, I wrap it. All of these, everything from tweets over is content that I can use.
Following.
Okay, and each of these is a week. So I can do a week about this why me belief. The next week I can do this. The next week I can do this. The next week I can do this. So that's already 4 weeks of content. Here's a 5th week. Here's a 6th week. So we're already more than a month of content created.
Love it. Can you do you mind saving this and throwing into the Google Drive later?
Oh, sure. This actual sheet, this example.
Well, a similar example if you don't want to share this, but either way, yeah.
No, this is perfect. Yeah, I can share this one.
Awesome.
So
so now why sheets? Like why throw this into a sheet instead of like, I don't know, populating directly into high level?
First of all, I have a friend that gave me a shirt that's actually, can we just do a vote in the chat? If you love spreadsheets, give me a heart. If you don't love them, give me like a thumbs up.
I love them, but they scare me.
Yeah. If you love them, but you're gonna like deal with it because I'm telling you to, just give me a thumbs up. And you can do that in the chat or here on Zoom. Now, I have a friend that gave me a shirt that says, "I'm a lady in the streets and a freak in the spreadsheets," which I've
Oh,
never worn,
man.
but it makes me laugh and I keep it in my drawer. The reason that we're doing this in a sheet is because of how we're going to integrate this with HighLevel.
Got it.
So we're actually going to go into HighLevel now. So if you did not get your trial, maybe the team can share the trial again. If you've
Yeah.
not actually used HighLevel before, you just know that we're going to go use it now. So you can watch this and then try it later, but this is going to be really helpful. Also, I'm going to give a little side nugget. If you're trying to log into HighLevel and it's spinning like this, it's because you have too many crazy things going on your computer, like I do right now.
And
Watch this. When I click this guy, someone showed me this and it is so cool. If I click on cookies and site data, can you see that?
no, not the pop-up if you have a pop-up.
Oh, okay. This is actually really good. So I'm going to make my screen huge to show you this because if you ever get stuck like this will fix it right away.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my screen ginormous because I have the biggest desktop on the planet and I want to show you the whole desktop.
Okay.
So watch this.
And by the way, when you're streaming and zooming and sharing, because of browsers, like HighLevel could be a little slow sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it goes slow just because you like look at how many things I have open on my computer right
Yeah,
now. You guys, I
yeah.
shouldn't do that. But okay, so I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna click on that little filter type thing right there. And then I'm gonna go to cookies and site data. See this right here? I'm going to click on this where it says manage on device site data. And it gives me this little guy so I can clear the cookies only from HighLevel, not from everything else that I'm doing, which is so helpful. I clear those.
Okay.
I hit done. I'm going to hit refresh.
It's really hard to see the letters, just FYI.
I know. Just trust me, it works. So if you want me to make a video on that later, if that would be helpful, just say video and I will make a video on that later. Like
Awesome.
say that in the chat. And if you're missing us, we're streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So know that that I think my friend Shannon taught me that, and that like literally changed my life because I always have too many things happening on my desktop. Okay. I'm just putting the code back in so I can get back in. And then I'm going to show you, we're going to use a very specific format for scheduling this into HighLevel. So let me do this here. And then I thought actually we're going to do this next. After we do this, what I thought would be cool is today we can actually start, because we have time, we're going to start setting up the automations that we're going to go into tomorrow on the sales side. Would that be cool?
Do it. Let's do it. Let's do
Okay.
it.
And if anybody's like, slow down, this is too much, just let us know. But I think you guys can handle it. And remember, we're all wearing our easy hats. So it's all going to be okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm grabbing the link and
We don't see your
I'm
screen.
logging.
Just
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to get the right account pulled up, make sure. Okay. And I'm like keeping my arm from getting swollen. It's perfect.
Man.
Okay.
Cool.
So this week has proved that literally I can do anything. So okay. So we're here inside. This is actually the snapshot account that I'm going to be giving you. So this has everything for the snapshot that we're giving you tomorrow. This section that we're doing right now doesn't actually require the snapshot. So this is like you just log into your test account or log into, if you want to create a new sub account, if you have an agency account, create a new sub account for this. You can add the snapshot into it tomorrow. And then if you have just a regular HighLevel account, literally just add this into your own HighLevel account. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here. And again, mine will look a little different than yours because this is my personal one that our clients get. It's called Star Funnels. It's like my white labeled version. We're going to come down here though to the marketing section. And in the marketing section, you will see there's a social planner. Now, if you haven't connected your social media accounts, what you actually need to do you want me to show you how to, do I need, like, I don't know how specific you want me to go with this.
No. Yeah, don't go into the integrations of all the accounts and all because it'll take too long, but I want you to go right into
Just
the
make sure you connect your social media accounts or this won't work.
Yes. And by the way, like the way you want to look at HighLevel is we take the best features of every platform and build it internally. That's just the way we look at it. So something like this, you can think about like social Hootsuite or Sprout or any of those social distribution platforms. And that's just one of our features that literally replaces something like that, just FYI.
So what we're going to be using this for, like throughout the rest of this experience today and tomorrow, we're using this to replace something like Hootsuite right now. We're also, the pipelines are going to replace something like HubSpot, Salesforce, or Close.io.
Oh,
So that
trust.
already right there, that's getting rid of like, you know, several $100s if you're paying for those things. We're also going to be doing things that could replace lead pages or ClickFunnels, and even WordPress. Like we're bringing all of these things into one place, and we're going to be using something that would replace, like MailChimp. So
Yeah.
all of those other tools we're bringing into this one tool, which is amazing.
Wait till we replace Zapier one of these days.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Gonna
Actually, in
be
some ways,
exciting. It's
you
a huge
already
expense.
have, because I didn't realize we could integrate Slack. So I've been using Zapier for stuff in our Slack integrations. We're going to be able to cancel a lot of our Zaps because of the integrations you already have built in. So it's awesome.
Absolutely. That's just the mentality we have at High Level. You see something good out there, tell us about it. Get on the ideas that go highlevel.com, get enough votes and enough marketers love it. We'll probably go develop it in like 2 weeks. That's just
And
our
make it even better. It's amazing.
yeah, that's just our
It's awesome.
culture. We're a heavy development oriented, product driven company, and you whatever you want to build, we'll go build that as a marketer. Anyways, social planner.
Okay. So social planner. Now you can come in here, you can create a new post just like this, and you can schedule it to go out. So I would like schedule this on my business page. Let's say I connected one random group, but this is like my business page. And then just to show you how cool this is, you can actually write things with AI. So if you want to
Ooh.
use those prompts,
Is that your
you can.
custom thing or is that made?
No, this is real. This is straight up inside High Level. Did you not know that?
I
I
knew
can
we
tell
had
you're just a good
conversational
actor.
AI. I knew we had conversational AI. I didn't realize it was part of the social planner.
It
Like,
is. You just have to turn it on, but it is there.
cool, cool. I'm not a techie. I promise you. I'm not trying to fake it. I'm telling you, I don't go into these features.
So you can take those prompts that we talked about yesterday,
So
and
cool.
you can add that prompt straight in here
Wow.
and select your tone and everything. Now you've identified all of that.
Now
We're not going
that's
to go into that
serious.
one today because we wrote it I like to batch create things, but I want you to know everything that we did up until now is giving you the skill set to be a bomb content writer with AI straight within High Level. It's amazing. And again, that has to be turned on. So if you don't see it in your account, it's because it's not turned on, but I'll figure that out and I'll tell you how to do it later.
And
Or
and is
yeah,
that a 497 plan thing or all plans?
I'm I'm not 100% sure. It's in the settings, and I know I turned it on for
Okay.
our white labeled version, so it may be depending on where you signed up. We should actually find out from the team if people sign up with the free trial from
We
this, if they'll have
yeah,
that.
we typically have same features across the board. The only thing
Okay.
that's 497 is heavy on is SaaS features.
Yeah, this should be across the board. And then the other thing is that you may need to connect your chat GPT or OpenAI integration, or you may need to pay for the actual amount of text that it writes in here. So
But
if you have your own paid chat GPT account, you can connect the integration, I believe, on the back end. Again, I'm showing you that that exists. We're not going to do too much with that today because we're just going to batch upload the content we already created.
love
But
it.
that's pretty cool. Okay, then when you come in here, when we go up to new post, you'll notice two very cool things. One is upload from a CSV, and that's what we're going to start with right now. So we're going to click this, and what you're going to see is download a sample file. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to download this sample file, and it is going to download it onto my computer, and then I
Yeah.
am going to open it on my computer. I know you can't see it yet, so just bear with me 1 second. When you have this sample file, I'm actually going to screen share what the sample file looks like.
Yeah, it's
And
very similar to like when you upload like a custom audience or lookalike audience to a Facebook ad account.
yep, we're going to do something even cooler though. So we've got, this is like this downloaded like as an Excel spreadsheet. I'm on a Mac, so it's a numbers spreadsheet, right? What we're going to do is we're going to copy, this is really important. We're going to copy the top line of this little cell here. And the reason that I'm showing you this part is because if this changes in the future, I want you to know how to come back and do this. I'm going to give you a template as a Google Sheet, but I want you to know in case High Level changes the template of this, I want you to know how this works. So I'm going to copy this top layer right there. Then I'm going to stop sharing again, and I'm going to go back and share my spreadsheet. So I'm going to go in here. go back to my spreadsheet. So my spreadsheet is right here. And I'll actually just share this sheet with you guys in the chat in just 1 second. I'm going to add a new tab. So this was my full content sheet. I'm then going to add a new tab. And in the top of this spreadsheet, I'm going to paste the headers from the HighLevel template. So what this says here is post at a specific time. And can you see this?
Yeah, sorry. I just
Okay.
coughed.
Okay, good. Okay,
My
perfect.
bad, my bad.
Post at a specific time, and it gives you the actual like format to put that in. So if you know when you want this to post, you can actually just schedule it by typing it right there. Then you put the actual content right there. If you want a link to be shared in this post, which I highly suggest you avoid, because remember, we talked about the social triangle, rarely do the link. If you have a URL to an image, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second, but I thought we would just get content going. You can put an image URL there. If you have a GIF URL, you can put a GIF URL there. And if you have a video URL, you can have a video URL right here. For today, right now in this moment, we're only going to schedule text. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back over here. What I would do is I would usually take a moment to judge this content. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the Barnum statements and I'm going to read through just the Barnum statements. Okay. You're more capable than you think, even even amidst the chaos. I'm going to leave that. Your authentic voice is the greatest asset in the digital world. I may come in here just to make things kind of like on my brand. I'm going to come here. I'm going to hit control, enter. So it has a space on it. And then I'm going to do command nugget. Oh, or pound sign nugget, whatever, we're main sales. Oh my gosh. Okay. Command or pound nugget, right? And that we talk about hashtag nuggets a lot. So that like ties in with my brand. The right coach can turn your chaos into a success story. Now with this one, I'm going to come in, I'm going to turn this into a little bit of an engagement post. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do control, enter. Who has helped you on your journey?
I think one of the biggest important things when it comes to social posting is don't ask questions that are like yes and no. Force a conversational context. And I think questions are the best thing.
Look at Paulson with his nuggets, y'all. That is a really good hashtag nugget. And I will add to that, like, don't ask yes or no questions because it's not, the algorithm doesn't actually see that as something that's starting a conversation. Facebook has said that is called comment baiting. You don't want to comment bait. Brussels sprouts, yes or no? For whatever reason, people actually leave long comments. They don't just say yes or no. They go crazy about it. Oh my gosh. Paulson, don't let me forget. I need to go back and show you guys what to do with the Brussels sprouts comment from yesterday. I forgot to do that. So I will come back and show you at the end.
Matter of fact, Andy Klepner, I saw his post yesterday, Brussels sprouts, and it was going crazy. I was like, wait, I'm seeing more Brussels sprouts comments in my feed because I obviously I follow a ton of high levelers.
Okay.
The funniest
Andy,
thing, I'm like, oh my God. Shout out,
I'm
Andy.
so stoked. Andy's actually on our team. So huge shout out to Andy. And I saw Andy, I'm so stoked that worked. And what's really funny is when I speak and I give that tip, people like Thomas McMahon from ClickBank, there was one day where he was like, he wrote a post that was like, whoever writes Brussels sprouts yes or no again, I swear they're going to hear trouble from me. And then it was like a picture of Samuel L. Jackson, like ready to take somebody out because I was speaking at Affiliate Summit and all of his friends were at Affiliate Summit, which was really funny.
That's hilarious.
That is called branding. I'm just kidding. I love it.
So you go through and zhuzh them up.
I judge these. Yep. And then what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to judge all of them, but know that that's what you can do. If you want to just copy and paste them as they are, that works too, but judging can help. Then I'm going to select just the Barnum statements. I'm going to copy them and I'm going to bring them over into this sheet here. So I'm going to go right here and I'm going to paste them right there. Now this looks really weird because I have all of this blank stuff on here. But that's okay. This is the format that I have to use in order to load this into HighLevel. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to download this as a CSV. So comma separated value. I'm downloading this as a CSV, saving it there. And then I'm going to come back to HighLevel. All I have to do is click on the little arrow where it was downloaded, drag it in here. Then I'm going to click next. I'm going to select the account. I'm going to put this into my Facebook page. If I wanted it to go in a group, sometimes I actually schedule the same content on my page and in like a general group, not necessarily a pop-up group, but like a general group.
There's a
Then I'm going
difference.
to hit
What's the what do you mean? Like general
so
versus
my general group, just to be really clear, my general group is right here. This is an evergreen group. So we grow this group intentionally over time. We have lots of awesome content in it. We're bringing new members in. It's connected to HighLevel. So when people join this, this is my free group. When you get the snapshot from this, you're only going to get our pop-up group snapshot. Our free group snapshot is a little bit different. This is more, it's like the community plus,
Oh, okay.
right?
So it's like our official community of then we have Saspreneurs private group, and then we have a 5-day challenge
Oh
group.
my gosh, that's the perfect example. Yesterday, I went into the official community on HighLevel, and then I went into the 5-day challenge group. So the 5-day challenge group is like what we call a pop-up group. So
Gotcha.
we'll get into this in a little bit, but the pop-up groups expire. They don't last forever, which is still like a pop-up group is like a sales group.
Hmm.
Really high value, and it expires in a certain amount of time.
Interesting. I want I'm getting ideas. Keep going, keep going.
Okay. And then if you have a team, so like Kendra is our social media manager. So Kendra, if you're here watching this with us as you're creating content for our awesome clients, we could build this out where then you ask for approval. So select an approver, and I don't have team members on this account because it's my like snapshot account, but I could select someone that I wanted to come in to approve this.
Like a client.
Yes. So if you're an agency owner, you can add all this content and then have them go in and approve it.
Hmm.
So super cool, right, Kendra?
Dang. Cool.
Amazing, amazing. I love it. Okay. So here,
Oh,
process.
quick question, quick
Yeah.
question. So you're supposed to integrate all your socials, right? So like we have the ability to connect on like LinkedIn,
Oh my
TikTok,
gosh, great
Twitter,
points.
everything.
Yeah. So I would actually, if I was going to really do this on my account, this is a test account. I would connect it to my business page, my LinkedIn, my
Twitter,
Instagram. I'd connect it to
TikTok.
all of my socials. The only thing you can't connect it to because the API doesn't allow for it. So this is not on HighLevel. This is just the API in general does not allow you to connect to your personal profile.
Got it. What about like TikTok and YouTube and video-oriented platforms?
Yes, I saw something yesterday though that said that there may be issues with scheduling stories and reels here. I'm not 100%
Okay.
sure about that, but if you can ask about that, that would be awesome.
I do know you can do
Um,
videos, but sometimes the links you can't do links and videos at the same time. There's some improvements that they're doing. But
yes.
my question to you, Molly, is the different formatting of content, right? So like Twitter is heavy on words where TikTok is all videos. Like how do you feel
Yeah.
both
Okay.
sides of that with this?
This is really good. So for what we're doing right now, these Barnum statements, these could not be posted on Instagram because they don't have a graphic. So what I'm doing right here, this would have to be on like LinkedIn and Facebook. I'm going to show you how to create a graphic, but then what you can do is you can create Barnum statements. So you could have like this spreadsheet would be just for text only. I think these would actually do better on Facebook and LinkedIn if they're text only. If I'm going to put it on Instagram, I'm going to create a graphic and I can show you how to do that really quickly
Got it. So
after we're
different
done with this.
platforms have different formatting that you got to pay attention to.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes we can get so worried about that we don't post any content though. So even though we talk about quality over quantity, like sometimes you just got to post. So don't let that hold you up from, going crazy. Like from actually posting, from going crazy. Don't allow that to let you go crazy.
Got it.
Okay, so this is now loading here. And then what happens is, so I'm going to show you, this is the one that I'm going to give you tomorrow. What happens here is you can come in, you can review it, and then you can schedule it.
How do you schedule it?
So you're going to go here and you're going to click import posts.
Okay.
Are you sure? They will all be added to your social calendar. This cannot be undone.
Oh, got it. Okay. It's
So then we're going to go back
big.
to our calendar, right? I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to see I posted all of them at the same time.
Wow.
Right.
So
I need to make sure that I go in and actually make them specific, but watch, boom, shakalaka. I just like drag and drop them around the calendar.
what is the calendar? Like, can you review the social planner
Yeah.
real quick? So just like a baseline of info?
Yep. So this is where you can see all of the posts. So notice I just scheduled them all like to go out at one time. Oops. So hold on. Sorry. Okay. So if I'm going to go into February, I'm going to just drag this. And let's say like this is, these are actually the posts we're going to do for tomorrow that I just scheduled because the others are loading. So let's say my group, see how this says this group will shut down in the morning. I'm going to put this on Sunday.
Gotcha.
Where did it go? Ah! Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me edit it. So in here, schedule post. I'm going to change it in here so that it goes out on that Sunday, right?
Got it. By the way,
And
there
again,
are
this is where what I should have done, but I just didn't take the time to do it. What I should have done, so now it's going to move it to the right spot on the calendar. What I should have actually done is in here, written the date that I want it to go on. So if I go in here, I'm going to go back up and just do that so it makes it all happen exactly the way it should. I was just going fast. So in
gotcha.
here, if I know that I want this to be 2024, I know that let's say I want to start posting these in February. And let's say because it's year, month, date, right? So I'm going to come back and I'm going to look at this planner. It can't be moved because it already posted it. Thank you, Anna. So, and remember it said it can't be removed. So now I just like,
Cannot be undone.
I can't be undone. This is what I get for going quickly. Okay, hold on. Let me move this out of the way. So I'm going to go back to where I was. Thank you. Okay, so in here, I'm going to go to my post review. Sorry. That's post reviews. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's so hard for me to do this with just one hand. So I'm going to open the planner here. And inside this, I'm going to come back and I'm going to edit those. But I'm actually just going to do this again from the top. So hold on 1 second. So I know I'm looking at the calendar. And if I want to start posting these in February, right? I want to start posting these in February on Tuesdays, let's say. So see how this one moved? That's what I need to do in order to move them. So I listed them all on the same date at the same time, which I shouldn't have done. So I'm going to come in again. I'm going to reschedule this to post on the next Tuesday. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to move it to post it on the 13th. And let's say I want to post it at 9 a.m., right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's like how you fix it when Molly messes it up because she's using one hand and going fast. But if I want to load it all in the first place with the right date and time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and let's say I want to start posting these on the 20th of February. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to do 2024-02-20 because that's February 20th based on this system, right? Now in here, I'm actually just going to drag this down and I'm going to adjust this so that I now can just select the proper date. You see what I'm doing with this?
Yep.
Okay. 12th. I'm selecting the proper date on all of these. Again, I'm going slow because
So
I don't
you
know
know that on Tuesday, Barnum statements are going to go out.
exactly.
Very cool.
Okay. So now I'm going to download this again. Ooh, file download.
CSV.
Yes. And then I'm going to load this into there. And now we're going to have loads of duplicate posts for everyone to be confused about what's happening on my social. Right? So I'm going to go back over here again. Thank you. And then I'm going to do new post. And then I'm going to go to upload from CSV. I'm going to grab this right here. I'm going to put this in here. Next. Choose my social account. Again, I'm going to put this in my Facebook page because that's all that I've connected here because this is just like my test account and I didn't want everything to be confused in my actual account. And also, just for the record, Kendra is the one who schedules all of our social media content right now. So without my approval, she schedules it all. So when
Shout
I
out,
do
Kendra.
trainings like this, what ends up happening is I forget to delete these things that I've scheduled. Okay, so now this is going to be here. It is loading. When I am ready to post it, then I'm going to be able to have it all post at that exact time.
Very
Kendra will attest that sometimes she has to be like, Molly, why are there posts about dog training on our account? And it's because I'm doing some demonstration where I'm making a hot mess. Okay, does that make sense? Questions about that?
that does. That makes total sense. So the social planner is basically you have an area where you can load up a bunch of content, cadence, scheduling, and like systems, and then you have the planner, which is like a calendar view where you can kind of map out your strategy. That's just the way to look at it.
Exactly. Yes. So you can do it one at a time as you're going through this. You can upload it via a CSV like this. You can even, we're not going to get into this, but there's all kinds of things that you can do, like with recurring posts. There's things that you can do with like bringing in RSS feeds and things
Yeah.
like that. We're not going to get into that though, because I want to focus on the pop-up group. But does this make sense? Like, do you guys see how now you've created a month of content that you can go and schedule?
Yeah, give us a one in the chat if this is making sense for you. And it's totally fine if you're overwhelmed. We'll slow down and make sure
Ooh,
you pick back up.
really good question just came in, which is what do I paste at the top of the spreadsheet? So I'm just going to share that example sheet right now in the chat so everybody can use that as their template.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Sounds awesome.
Amazing. Okay. I know that we've got like 45 minutes left. So there's two other things I would love to do today if we're up for really like getting lots done.
Yeah, I know you
Um,
said you want to do something with automations.
yeah. So
Get into it. Okay.
I think like there are ways that I can show you how to batch create graphics, but that's not really, I mean, I think you know, maybe we can do that as a bonus training later. I think it would be better for us to start getting into how we set up the automations because that's where the sales are going to come. Do you
I
agree,
love that
Paulson?
idea.
Okay,
1000%.
awesome.
And by
Okay,
the way,
great.
Molly
And this
has a
will
ton
help the
of
questions about people who are like, I don't really know how to use HighLevel. This is really going to help you.
yeah. And by the way, check out Molly's like YouTube channel. She's got a lot of content on creating content. Like it's a bunch of AI stuff. And I've actually listened to some of her talks at Digital Marketer and listened to the actual strategy that she shared. So go to her YouTube channel and watch that stuff and catch up so you have context. Let's get into high level automations because I think
Okay.
that'll be more
So
fruitful.
what I think is going to be the best actually is what I'm going to do if you guys are ready for it. I would love to go over all the automations that we're going to be giving you. And then tomorrow we'll actually go through setting them up and customizing them.
Love that.
That sound
And,
good? Okay. So you
and
guys are going to see what?
if you need to take more than 45 minutes, that's totally fine as well. We'll keep going until it's done and everybody's
Okay.
following. Okay.
The
Cool.
only problem is that I have a mastermind call right at noon because today I am crazy. So tomorrow I'm going to look at the schedule for tomorrow because my favorite thing to do is to do like 5-hour trainings. So tomorrow, if we need to go over just a little bit to make sure we get everything in, tomorrow I can actually go over just so
Okay,
everybody knows.
perfect. And we can
Um,
do a little bit of a Q&A tomorrow as well, just to address
awesome.
questions as well. Okay, cool.
And you know what? Even I was actually going to ask you about this privately, but I'm just going to ask you here, not to put you on the spot. But if anyone wants to do an extra Q&A on Thursday, like I'm totally cool to do an extra Q&A also once we've got all this done and you guys have had a chance to go through. I don't know, Paulson, if that would be okay with you, but
Yeah, I don't know if I can do a streaming because we have other events scheduled for
okay.
Thursday. But what I would love to do is it's kind of like yesterday. You did a streaming on your profile. We can drive traffic there.
Okay, awesome. So if you guys would like an extra Q&A where I'm not teaching anything else, I'm literally just answering your questions. We
Yeah.
can even come on Zoom on Thursday and you guys can like be there and ask questions in Zoom. Just say Q&A in the chat and I will figure out, we'll make that happen.
Okay, cool.
Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to do right now, for those of you that are like, what do we do in HighLevel? Or for those of you that love HighLevel, and then you're like, hello, lady, show me how this actually works. I'm going to go through everything. And I am under the impression that Nuno and Andy are also maybe here. And if I get stuck on anything, they are here as my support system to be able to help answer questions.
And if you're brand new to high level, you'd never seen them before, prepare to be a little overwhelmed because there is like 500 plus features and different contexts in how things are built. But Molly's going to make it so simple for you and easy to understand.
So simple. And I'm wearing my Decide shirt because today we are using this as a parfait. And we're going to decide what we're building with this parfait. So in your parfait, you can choose the order with which you go, right? I'm going to make the parfait delicious and I'm going to show you how we can build this out step by step. I promise you, we already put our easy hats on. It is so easy. You just have to give yourself the grace to go in order and to trust that Paulson and I have been there. We have seen the light. I've already used all of this. I promise you it works. Okay. So just know that it works. And if you can just stay in that place of possibility, it is so awesome. Okay. So you don't have access to this yet. Paulson, we're giving this to everybody tomorrow. Is that true?
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
Okay.
Access to what?
The snapshot.
Oh, yeah. It's already in the Google Drive potentially. I don't know if it is 100%, but either way, we can add it end of the day or first thing
Okay.
tomorrow. Yeah.
I think it may actually be easiest if it's not already in there, maybe some of you already got it. It's for this, don't do anything with me. Just watch this so you can,
Okay.
today we're just going to watch me do it. Tomorrow we'll make sure everybody gets the snapshot and you can build it with us.
Perfect.
Okay. Amazing. So we're going to start in the marketing section just because that's just where we were. And what you're going to see is inside the social planner section here, I have already preloaded templates for you. They are text only templates. The reason they are text only social media templates is because I want you to like use your face with this. I want you to use very human focused like selfies. I don't want this to be overly branded. It's not like a branded graphic. You're going to use your face. These posts are going to go inside your pop-up Facebook group. I have never given this away. This is because I'm obsessed with HighLevel. I want you to get the trial, so I'm making this insanely valuable for you. Sales Stars members, what you guys have for the pop-up template, this is actually a little more than what you guys already have. So know that you guys are all getting this also. Those of you that are using Star Funnels, just know it's a separate thing. Okay, you're going to go up to new post. And then in the social planner templates, what you'll see is this pop social posts. So everything that we've added in here for you says pop at the beginning of it because it's a pop-up Facebook group. I saw that our member Jen Boyles is here, and Jen actually just got an agency account. Jen, you're going to be able to create templates like this for your members. So this is such a huge asset. I actually didn't even realize this was possible until I was putting this together for you guys. I asked somebody if it was possible. They told me it wasn't. I figured it out on my own. So I was able to actually put my own templates in the template library as a part of this snapshot.
Wow.
It is so cool. Notice if you're in any of these other industries, you have all of these social media assets available to you. So I never even had played with these, but this is like dope. For what we're going to be doing tomorrow, all you're going to do is click on these pop social posts. Now, inside here, they look a little weird because they don't have graphics. These are the exact posts that we have you use inside the pop-up Facebook group to increase engagement, to get market research data from your community members, to get ideal clients to raise their hand, and to drive traffic to the masterclass webinar, or like you could even do a 5-day challenge as a part of this. We're going to be using a masterclass for this situation. And so what you're doing is we're going to be driving traffic to this Facebook group in order to deliver a training that is specifically geared to give really valuable information and then present a gap at the end of that training. And at that point, they can decide if they want to buy from you. These are all of the posts that we use. And so you'll be able to get access to all of these posts. We'll go over the whole entire thing tomorrow, but I just want to show you that's what you're going to be getting. I'm adding the template. It's adding everything in here. And now I'll be able to come back tomorrow when we set this up. You'll be able to add all of those posts into the Facebook group. I'll show you exactly how to schedule them tomorrow. Questions about that, Paulson?
And Molly, so those templates that you just showed are different than content templates and postings that we created for the calendar.
Correct. Because what we're doing, so what we're doing with this is what we created today, that content that we created today. I'm going to bring up a little graphic. The content that, oh my gosh, sorry, I have too many things open. The content that we created today is what we're using up here to bring in awareness and in our community pipeline, and maybe even in a free group pipeline. This is going to be our pop-up group, which is kind of going to go like right here before we go, oops, into the sales pipeline. So this is like an extra pop-up group pipeline. Do you want to see what the pop-up group looks like when it's actually in action?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does that look like? Is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me show you. So
And do you build pop-up groups around an offer or your whole
Yes.
brand or an avatar? Like, how do you, yeah,
So
just
you can do them for different things, and I will show you. And we even actually have some pop-up groups that we currently sell access to. So we'll sell them after it's done. We'll sell the replay and keep it um, inside a pop-up group. So watch this. I don't
and
remember if this one is for sale. I don't think it is.
and by the way, can
Oh,
I
it
tell
is.
you a secret?
Yes.
Inside of high level communities, which is
Ooh,
our version of Facebook groups,
I love it.
you can build in subscriptions for memberships.
Ooh, so you could do a pop-up group like this, then download the video and then give access inside the HighLevel community.
Yes, and
I like that.
you can build subscriptions on it and charge people for the membership, and
So good.
that's pretty new, I think.
I love
Anyways,
it.
okay, so
Okay,
yeah,
so
so
this is
what?
an example of what this is like what we're building. So tomorrow I'll go over exactly how to set up the group so all the settings are proper on your group, but I'm going to give you this like full overview of everything we're going to go through tomorrow. So the pop-up group is going to look like this. When people join the pop-up group, there are specific questions that they will have to answer. Those questions, and I'm going to show you how to do this tomorrow, those questions will be connected to HighLevel. So the information that they give you connects to HighLevel. The email, the phone number, whatever, they go into your HighLevel pipeline, which we'll show you in just a moment. Then inside the group, now you can see this only has 7 members because we kicked everybody out. This one we're not selling. This is one that we did in December, and we kicked everybody out. But what's really cool about this is when we kicked everyone out, sometimes we leave our clients in the group, but this one we only left team members in. Even though we kick them out, we still get to keep the video training and all of their comments. So
So
every engagement that happened in here is still here, even though nobody has access to this group anymore.
yeah. So what? How do you decide when to kick somebody out? That's based on the offers or whatever.
So actually I have it all mapped out for you. So I'm going to show you.
Okay,
So what
cool.
happens is when they first come in, they're going to see, and I have all of this as a template for you. When they first come in, the only thing that's going to be in here is your welcome post. So we changed this up on ours. I've given you the template for like a really perfect one that you can customize. So it's like this, welcome, this is your first step, and then you ask a question. And so you drive people to that welcome post, they comment below the welcome post.
Got it.
After that, and I give you the template for that, right? So after that, excuse me, we do a giveaway. And so the giveaway is really, really great. And we have emails that drive to this giveaway. You can send Facebook messages that drive to this giveaway, and you can send text messages that drive to this giveaway. It's all scheduled out inside the automations inside HighLevel. So I'm going to show you how that's all scheduled out in just a second. So this giveaway, we say something like this. You ask a question, I do a Q&A session to answer the questions. I'll pick a winner at random, and the winner gets whatever the prize is that you're offering. So for this one, I gave a $25 Amazon gift card. Sometimes I will do like a coaching session, or I'll do a tool that is connected to what we're teaching. The thing you want to be careful about is if you do something like an Amazon gift card as a giveaway publicly, the problem is that you'll get all kinds of people who are not your ideal clients entering to win. But we've already sifted these people out, and we know the people who are in this group want information about social selling, AI, and automation. Make sense?
Very good point. Yeah, because otherwise you're just gonna get somebody who wants raffle.
Randos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually I say don't do something like a gift card, but for this it was okay because I know that they're qualified people.
I'm a big fan of swag. So if you ever have like a welcome
Yeah.
box with like a bunch of t-shirts and sweaters and pencils, like I think people go crazy about it. I don't know why, but everybody wants swag.
Okay.
It's like the thing that we cracked the code on, honestly.
Do you want to know the craziest thing that people want from us?
The tiki mugs.
Almost a banana phone.
Wow.
Because the banana phone is your direct line to the universe. It's how you call in your future gratitudes. But we do like books, we do all kinds of things. That one I did an Amazon gift card, but yeah, I totally agree that swag is like really good also.
Yeah.
And sometimes we give away these guys, these little dancing robots. They say the prepared performer on them. They're like little automation robots.
So cool. Okay,
Okay.
so let's get back to high level
So the
automation.
giveaway post is there. We also do a few other posts. I'm not going to go into all of them, but there's a few other posts that are in here. And then we'll do a post that's like, hey, this group is shutting down. So if you want, make sure that you get access because this group is shutting down. And so that happens. It's all scheduled out inside HighLevel. So I'm going to show you that right now. Okay.
Awesome.
Shoot. Okay. So I'm obviously loading in too many things, but you'll see the posts will then be loaded. Once you select them, you'll be able to select them and schedule them. I'm going to keep going so that we get everything in. Okay.
Cool.
You're also going to see inside this marketing section. And again, for those people who are like, I'm overwhelmed by HighLevel, allow yourself to become one. Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, I should click on all these things. No, just focus on marketing. That's where we're at right now. One thing that's going to be a little interesting, and this was actually a change we made because of Andy and Nuno being on our team and helping us with this. You may go to the templates or the campaigns and be like, Molly, you told me you were giving me emails, but there's no emails here. I've decided not to put the emails in the campaign section because I want you to be able to edit them in the automations. So all of your emails are already scheduled for you in the automations. So we're going to get to the emails in a minute. There's a bajillion emails that we've written for you.
Yeah.
You will also see in the template section, this is what to send to people when they engage.
Wow. And
Shoot.
what is this? This is the template library, or is this custom values listed out? What is
This is the template library. So these are snippets. You can use these in two ways. You can use them via text message, but you can also use them via Messenger and Instagram if you have those connected to your HighLevel. So if someone comments on a post, you can send them a message that says, hey, thanks for commenting on my post. Can I send you the requested information here? That unlocks the algorithm, and you're now in a conversation with someone who's interested in buying from you.
Wait. 1 second. So if you do like a ladder post out there and you say, if you want XYZ, type in the word #nugget. What you're saying is inside the social planner, you've got some sort of a snippet thing set up. So when you recognize #nugget, the system replies to that person automatically.
So this one doesn't happen automatically in HighLevel
Okay.
because HighLevel doesn't have access to your automation. HighLevel doesn't have access to your personal profile. And as of right now, that feature is not available for it to happen automated. Right now on the business page, we're using ManyChat for that, but I know that feature is coming to HighLevel and we're gonna be able to cancel our ManyChat account, even though I love ManyChat.
Ooh, got it. Okay. So
But
how
here's
did
the thing
you
though, what you can do is these messages can be sent to anyone that you are already in a conversation with. So if I say, go message me on Instagram, I can come back and I can say anyone who sent me that keyword on Instagram, because Instagram connects with the API. And in these conversations, anybody who wrote here, I can send this as a snippet. So watch this. I'm going to show you, like, this is huge and it's bananas that I'm giving away all of this. So in here, and this is only part of all of the magic we have behind the scenes, for our clients, but watch this. I can go here and I can choose, where are they? Kendra does this, not me. Right here, where it has, not Kendra, Casey is our team member who does this, but see where it says insert snippet? I click this. You're going to be able to say, hey, checking in on you. I remember that you were struggling with blah, blah, blah. It brings it right here. Thought this might help. May I, like, with XYZ, and I thought this training on blah, blah, blah might help. May I share it here?
Very cool. Oh, so this reminds me when they kind of rolled out snippets. A lot of the sales-oriented businesses went crazy about snippets because they have appointment setters and closers and people in all kinds of countries and time zones and languages. So they would build libraries of snippets in how to do sales objections. So then that way your folks that are fielding these conversations have something to go
Exactly.
off of.
So check this out. Someone joins your pop-up group because you've gone to molly.live/awesome and you're now not only using HighLevel, you're also using the Social Sales Stars version of Group Track. Now we know who's in your Facebook group. And tomorrow we're going to set all this up. I'm really just painting the possibility for you right now.
Very
You
cool.
have a list of people who are inside your Facebook group. I can send a text message to everyone who is in the Facebook group. And I can say, hey, congrats on joining our masterclass Facebook group. What are you hoping to gain from this training? En masse, I send it to everyone.
Got it. You know, another thing I think you should touch on is smart lists and the tagging of context. When somebody comes in, I assume you tag for each pop-up group or
We
community.
do, and I have that built into your automation.
Got it. Okay,
So,
cool.
so what he's saying is that up here in the contact section, and again, there's a learning curve if you've never done this before. So recognize that, but I got you.
Yeah.
Inside the contact section, I can filter by tag. Check this out. You are going to be auto given tags, which are top date joined group.
Wow. Yeah.
If you don't, and so anyone who has joined your group will automatically be given this tag.
Yes. Yeah, if you're an existing high leveler, you must use tagging and smart list to segment your entire contact space database.
Because
Like,
then no one is tagged with that yet because this is a new account, but anyone who was tagged with that, I can send out a message to them en masse.
yeah. And you can do it in phases, right? Like you have a customer journey in the pipeline, in each stage of the pipeline could be tagged differently as well.
Totally. And so actually that's what we're going to move into next. So
Okay.
in here, the only other thing that we have in addition to these templates, and if this is awesome and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening and I'm getting this access, like let us know and give me a, oops, sorry. Ah, shoot. Stop talking, Mahoney. Hold on. Okay. Ah, I pulled up the video and now it's playing. Sorry.
All good.
Okay. So, all right. So, really good question came in that I kept mentioning the API. Does that mean that you have to have the 497 plan to have access to the APIs? No, right, Paulson? This
No.
is
It's
because this
natively on
works
all
for everyone
plans.
in our I'm talking about the Facebook API, not the high level, not like the agency API.
Right. Yeah, this works for everybody.
It works for everybody, no matter what, like these things work.
Yeah.
So, okay. The other thing that we have built for you is trigger links. Now, this is bananas amazing. So inside the templates that we give you for the emails, we now have all of these trigger links already built out. So if you want to check this out, because this is going to blow your mind. If you want to automatically edit every email that we give you, all you have to do is come in here. And anytime we mention a Facebook group in an email, it has my Facebook group right now. You're going to come in and edit it and replace it with your Facebook group. When you close down one pop-up group and you set up a new pop-up group, you don't have to edit each individual email. You just come in here and you fill it in with your new pop-up group link.
Yeah. And this is one of my favorite things that our team does behind a lot of like live events that I do. They have trigger links set up in their email confirmation for Zoom arrivals. So every single day that I do, let's say 3 days we're doing the workshop, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have trigger links set up for each day, and we can tell inside the database based on a smart list who is actually showing up on Monday versus Tuesday versus Wednesday. And I can actually technically write up an email campaign saying, hey, you didn't do your homework from Tuesday, but I saw you there. Right? It
Hey,
can
this
go
is actually
very
a really good
crazy.
point because I was a little concerned for those people who were not wanting to use group track, because a lot of what we're doing, we actually use our molly.live/awesome account to track the actions that they're doing on social media. But I built out an optional automation for those of you who don't want to add on. Like, we use a version of group track that costs $157 a month. And if you don't want to add that on, even though I think it's so worth it, if you don't want to, I built out an automation that does exactly what Paulson says. It tracks if you clicked to join the Facebook group. So at least we know you tried.
Yeah.
Like, so that,
Fair,
that's
yeah,
a really good thing.
fair point. And then from a business standpoint, guys and gals, like you need to get to a world of data-driven operations, right? So whatever things you do, whatever things you set up, you want to track. You want to track with the right amount of data of like, where's people coming from? Why are they there? What are they buying? What didn't they buy? When will they come back? Why did they come back? Why did they buy something else? Like these are all journeys you got to kind of map out. And
And if
some,
it feels overwhelming to you, know that we've built it all out for you. You don't have to do anything with it yet. just use the automations that we gave you, because then when it comes time to follow up with people, you're going to be so grateful that you actually built this out. Like,
Absolutely.
so grateful. Okay, just for a matter of time, I'm going to walk through. I'm actually going to skip the automations for 1 second so that I can go into the sites section, because
Okay.
this will be like an order of what's actually happening.
Yeah. Sites is where we have websites and funnels and landing pages.
Yeah.
And that. Yep.
So we're giving you 2 different sites, which are like funnels, basically. So the top one is the Pop Masterclass sites. That has several steps in it. So it actually has 4 pages in it. And then we're giving you an unsubscribe funnel. So I was not 100% sure if I wanted to give you the unsubscribe funnel, because I didn't want to mess with those of you who already have HighLevel accounts. So just make sure when you install this snapshot that you don't add the unsubscribe funnel unless you need it. If you're brand new, add it in. I'll explain tomorrow. But this basically just gives people a chance to unsubscribe, which is legally required if you're sending out marketing material. This is what you're going to get here. So inside this masterclass funnel, we actually use a landing page. So the landing page is this. It looks exactly like mine. It's the same one that I use.
And now we're in the funnel builder.
And now, so this is like, for those of you who are saying, does this replace ClickFunnels? This small portion is what replaces ClickFunnels or lead pages or something like that. So in here, you're going to come in and you're going to edit this, our masterclass date and time, exclusive training. Obviously, don't say with Molly Mahoney. You're going to change all of this. And then you're going to connect this to a form. We'll do the whole thing tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have like no slides for tomorrow. We're going to start right at the top tomorrow. We're going to build the whole thing out. Does that sound good, Paulson?
Love it.
Okay. You need to replace all these things, right? But it's all super templatized for you. After they fill this out, automations begin to get triggered, which is really cool. The thank you page, I've given you 2 options for the thank you page. Okay. Amazing. So they give you 2 options for the thank you page. They, and by they, I mean I. So on the thank you page, if you really want to optimize for getting people to your group, my suggestion is that you only have your group on the thank you page. It doesn't even say go check your email. It says join the group. There's going to be other reasons for them to go check their email. You have to decide strategically where you want to really optimize the action steps that they're taking. So this group page that we have, you can see it says only group link. Again, I have 7,000 things happening on my computer, so it's going a little slow. I have a picture of what this is, like the cover photo. You're confirmed. Click to join for access. So now in here, they go join the Facebook group. They answer those questions, and then they're let in, right? So yep. This is actually happening here. Okay. Then if you want to do something that is even a little more sneaky, and you really just want to drive for sales. So the way that we've built this for you is if you were driving to an application or to a sales call funnel. If you're selling like tiki mugs, which has been such a great example, if you're selling tiki mugs, then you may actually add something totally different on this next page. Sometimes when I do this version, I will say, hey, and if you want the secret shortcut, message me. When they message me for a secret shortcut, I give them a secret shortcut, and it helps to speed up the sales process because, like I said earlier, what you do in your video is not as important as what you do around your video. So this one says, want to put, this is a typo. Want to put, it should say these strategies, but you should be editing this anyway. Want to put these strategies into action and get results at a rapid pace. Book a 15-minute call and we'll give you your best next step. I personally don't do private calls anymore because we booked 80 calls in 1 month and I did not have time to do that. So we've had salespeople in the past. I prefer to sell everything inside a training video like that, and we drive to an application. But I know some of you want to use calendars, so check it out. This whole thing replaces your calendar, and I've given you the calendar also. Paulson,
that's something that replaces like Calendly, scheduling. Mm-hmm. What is it, Equity or whatever?
There's all of that.
And we have team calendars integrated. It's built-in feature. So if you have like 5 people that's fielding calls, you can round robin with one calendar between the 5 agents as well versus an appointment.
And so we actually built, can you explain what a round robin is? Because that's how we built it.
Yeah, let's say we have 5 closers and you want everyone to get even amount of leads, you use the round robin option to give everybody a fair amount of leads in the quantity. Now, in addition to that, behind the scenes, you can prioritize one agent on like 60% or 90% of traffic, where the other 4 will get 10% of traffic. Those are all settings that's built inside of HighLevel behind how you set up a calendar.
So we'll go over that a little bit more tomorrow, and maybe if Andy and Nuno are here, they can help just because that was something that they were really big about, is the round robin calendars work the
Yeah.
best. So we set it up that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. And then you can put a video here to like encourage people to book that call.
Yeah. I have a
Okay.
question for you, Molly. Are we going
Yeah.
to go over like the automation tree by chance so we can
Yeah,
see like the flow of
we
like,
are.
okay.
Yes. I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure everybody knew like where they were coming from with these sites and then where we're driving them to.
Yeah.
So the final place that we drive them to is this application. I do not have sales pages in here because I'd have to build out so many different types of sales pages. If you want help with your offer, I can help you with that separately. In here, I just gave you an application. So if you go here, we actually created a survey that you'll get in here.
And we have a
So
survey
this
builder inside of
is the
HighLevel.
survey goes right inside here. Yeah. So you would put your own survey stuff in here. I think I already loaded it in there inside the code editor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole survey is built for you as well.
Yeah, it
Okay.
replaces stuff like monkey.
JotForm and other things like that.
Yeah. Zoho, like it's pretty fast as well. And Typeform sliders are available too, I think.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So now we're going to give Paulson what he's been waiting for this whole entire time. So now we're going to go into the automations. So I'm going to do these in a slightly different order. I probably should have numbered them, which I didn't, but we're going to jump into the masterclass automations first, because this is the main thing. These are all numbered in order. We're going to give you everything here. So invite to register for the masterclass. This is where you're going to actually send emails to your people to get them to join. Once they have registered for the masterclass, they'll be pulled out of this invite flow and into the show up flow is what we call it, to get them to actually show up. And then from there, we're going to move them into the new stage. Now, this is the optional one if you're not going to use our social CRM. So that one is optional. That's kind of what I was saying. When you click on something, it'll move you to a new stage in a pipeline. Then once they actually come to the masterclass, this is the follow-up emails that drives them to both the replay and to the application, or you can make it go to a call. I have mine going to the application. Once they've completed the application, they're going to go into the sales pipeline. Now,
Yeah.
the final pipeline or the final, automation here is setting up the webhooks between Group Track and HighLevel. So this is, again, if you go to molly.live/awesome, we're going to cover this at the very end tomorrow because that's the most optional piece of this. The rest of it is all built in with inside HighLevel. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. You know, one of the things that I'm observing just from the way you've set that up, if you don't mind going back to that
Oh, yeah,
screen
yeah.
real
Sorry.
quick. So the very first thing you look at is go back one more to home. So
Oh, sorry.
yeah, no worries. So you all notice there's a folder system here and there's a naming convention. These are all things that I think everybody should adopt because you'll have hundreds of automations, and our systems are inspired by, I would say, Active Campaign, MailChimp type of flows. But the folders are really important because every single initiative and campaigns, you'll have a huge list of automations with random names and you'll get lost. Then if you go to the next, let's say go into one of the folders, and you also notice Molly's naming conventions. It says pop MC01, 02, 03, 04. So numbers are your friends. So pay attention to that. Don't go on alphabetical order. Use numbers in this tree area. So now, in addition to that, last thing I want to mention is there's an email builder, and then there is native email editing capabilities inside of the workflows. I personally think the best thing to do is build your emails out in the email builder. There's more features and stacks and all of that to make life easier. And you can pull those campaigns and emails however you want. But if it's something like, let's say you're building out like small little notifications, one sentences or whatever, of course you can just build it natively inside a workflow. Thoughts on that, Molly? What are your
Yeah, so this is actually, we got into a little bit of a trouble because we had initially built everything inside the email builder.
Okay.
But then the problem is when people had it here, in the workflow. So we've actually done it the opposite way. I know
Okay.
there's more capabilities inside the email builder. So if you're going to be sending out new emails, like you're going to write an email, let's say every week, that leads to the content that you created earlier, like to your live video or something, do that in the email builder. You can use the content AI is in there. The problem was, if we look at this, so let me show you, we have this trigger would be that you add the tag pop date. You add a new tag that's like pop, whatever the date is, invite contact tag. You're going to create that new tag for the date of your pop-up group. It's going to add everyone that you add that tag to into this workflow, this automation. You set the time of your masterclass date, and then all of these are built out based on that date. So this first invite is going to go out right away when you add that tag. Now, what we did so that you didn't have to go in and edit the emails separately and then select them in here, because the problem our members had was in a situation like this where it's very templatized, when they came in to select the template, then they couldn't edit it once it was in here. And so it was
Correct.
creating a lot of confusion.
Yeah, you
So,
cannot edit a campaign that's already built out in here that you just pulled like a draft.
right. So
Right.
that's why the way that we built it here is that everything is actually written for you inside here. And it's all written very Mad Lib style. So I just want to give the most ginormous shout out to our team member, Emma, to Andy and Nuno, because it took us, y'all, it took us so many years to create this ish for you. So
Telling you.
just know that.
Molly, real quick, can you do an overview of workflows in general? Like, what are we looking at? What's a trigger? What are these steps?
Yeah.
Real quick before we go into the strategy side.
Yeah. So what's going to happen here is, and if you've used ManyChat, so like some of you may know that I've spoken at the ManyChat conference, like ManyChat hired me to be one of their, like, create videos for them and stuff like that. So I was really familiar with workflows because of my experience with ManyChat. I know for some of you, this may feel a little overwhelming. It's really like a mind map. So it's like one thing leads to the other. And these ones are pretty streamlined. There's a trigger at the top, and then everything that happens in here is going to happen in order as we move through this. So I'm not going to go deep into the actual emails here.
Okay.
I'm just going to go through like what we're pulling in here. So this trigger, then you come in and you customize this start date. So you're going to say, okay, my next masterclass is on blah, 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 blah. You're going to select the start date. Then automatically this email is going to get sent. Then we're going to wait 4 or 5 days before the actual masterclass. Wait until 5 days before the actual masterclass. That's where it's going to send invite number 2. Then wait 3 days before the masterclass. So if you wanted to send an invite on the 4th day, you could add that in on your own. But 3 days before the masterclass, it's going to send invite number 3. 1 day before, it's going to send invite number 4. Now, what's really cool is when this is a very simple workflow, you can do all kinds of crazy things in here. What's really cool is when they actually register for the masterclass, they are automatically pulled out of that workflow. So here, when they register and they submit this form, a tag is added. Oh, and I should have labeled that. Sorry, but this tag is added, which is pop date, right? So that pop date tag is added that they've registered. Once that happens, and again, we're going to set all this up tomorrow, then a new opportunity is created in the pipeline. So it adds them into that pop-up group pipeline. It adds them into the stage. You get to select how you're doing this. It should, oh, you're going to, that's so weird. This should be connected here. Okay. It's going to add them into, we'll set this up tomorrow, into the masterclass webinar pipeline, and then into the stage, which is registered. So not joined group yet. This is into the pipeline stage, registered. It'll give them the name of the opportunity source, the lead value. You get to edit that on your own. And automatically, without duplicating opportunities, it's going to add them into that stage.
Yeah, so let me pause for a quick second. Do you mind pulling that back up again? So for those of you that have never
Yeah.
seen this before or high level ever, the way you want to look at workflows in general, these are customizable automation systems that allow you to basically create if-then conditions. If this happens, then this happens. You decide what those conditions are. There are hundreds and hundreds of steps that you can literally create anything you can possibly imagine inside of workflows, including like if somebody messaged me this, send them this. Or if somebody watched 50% of this video, send them to the survey. Like it's incredible amount of creativity you can have inside workflows. I mean, it's insane. There's hundreds and hundreds of steps. Every single one probably deserves a masterclass on its own, to be frank. And that's one of the biggest things that takes such a learning curve inside of HighLevel. It takes 3-4 months to really learn HighLevel, and it's totally okay. Don't get overwhelmed. It takes
And it's one of the
time.
huge benefits, honestly, with getting a system like this and then working with the overall strategy, because
Yeah.
as you're doing the full strategy, like this pop-up group could work for anyone. So, if you need more support and how to actually build like when you're actually delivering the content and stuff, I got you. Like reach out, I'm
Yeah.
happy to help. But having a system like this that you make a decision on that you're going to follow will teach you so much about this tool. Cause like I see Gloria's asking, can this be used for in-person events? 1,000%. If you learn this with this pop-up group strategy, you're going to be able to go and use this for all kinds of other things because you're going to learn this choreography.
Yeah. You can do automations with like a QR code that you present on a big screen and be like, hey, scan this QR code.
Totally.
And because of somebody scanning and opting in, then you send all these like send them a 3-year automation. Like it's
And
insane
you can
amount of
change
stuff.
all this out. We're just giving you the structure to get started with it.
Right.
And something that's proven that I've been using since 2016. Right. So like we just recently built it all out in HighLevel and it is amazing. But
Yeah.
but yeah.
And then I'm sorry, one more time, going back to that screen that you had on so what Molly's really doing here is mirroring the customer journey of how she wants the attendees of the pop-up group traveling in her offer or business. So like all these pipeline stages, it's just like a Trello board that you can really map out the customer journey and figure out what kind of automations and phases and
And so
interactions you want to have.
I'm going to actually show you that really quick. I'm going to use this trick I learned from Andy Anuno, and I'm going to duplicate this tab. And I just messaged Stephanie. I don't know if you saw my message, but if you're in the GLAM program, I would really like to take just like 10 more minutes to keep going and explain this whole thing, if that's
Yeah,
cool with
yeah,
you,
yeah.
Paulson.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We're
GLAM fam, if you're here, I just asked Stephanie, she can start the call and I'll be a little bit late because I just really want to make sure. And
okay.
if you want to stay here with us, GLAM fam, you should do that.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Molly. Okay.
Yeah.
What are we looking at
Okay.
here? Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to show you when it's creating that, when it's
Pipeline.
automatically creating that opportunity, what's going to happen is inside this masterclass pipeline, it is going to automatically, when someone fills in that thing, that form and actually decides to join your program, what's going to happen is it is going to create this card with their information. So all of their information will be added into your HighLevel account and they will be added into this stage. Now, the way that we've built this out is some of this is manual and some of it is automated. So when
Right.
they first come in here, and we have a program that's $10,000. So I just made each of these opportunity values 10,000 just to make it like easy, but you can adjust it and make it whatever you want. If you're selling a tiki mug, maybe it's $15, even though most tiki mugs are more than that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to put whatever that value is. Then if you're using our molly.live/awesome social CRM, when they join the Facebook group, we can set it so that they automatically move here without anyone on your team doing it. If you have a VA or a setter or a salesperson, they can actually go in and track who has joined the group and move them over. So
Let's
that can be a manual thing.
Yeah, let's add a quick note on the sales side. Let's say you're the one that runs a company and you got a bunch of setters and closers. These customer contact cards, like the one Molly's showing there with Molly Mahoney as a contact, like that contact card could be very detailed. You can round robin assign a agent. You can have quick notes. You can have templates. You can have, details of previous interactions, previous offers that they've ever jumped into. Like I've seen contact cards that are just like huge, like, and they have like everything. There's activity logs of which funnel they came into, which calendar they scheduled. Like you can go into interactions and figure out their full journey. And then on top of that, you can even assign it where they're part of multiple pipelines, not just one pipeline. So there's incredible amount of things you can do. Okay, I just threw up a bunch of information.
What? No. I just want to be clear also, if someone is like, what am I going to do with all that information? Oh my gosh, look, the little thumb came up because my thumb on my hand showed. Okay, this system is the same system that I used inside this bag with business cards. It's
So
the
good.
same thing as using a post-it note where you take notes. So if you're looking at this, because I know sometimes our community members honestly start crying when they look at this, like, how on earth am I supposed to manage all this technology? My superpower is helping to break down all of this craziness into something that's really easy for you to understand. Some of you I know are like rocket ship fast with this. For those of you that are just getting started with it, there's so many possibilities, and no, we've built it in a way that you can get started. And then as you customize it, because you are a unique human being, there's a lot of nuance that comes into this, but you're looking to build a business and making an impact. So saddle up and get ready for the ride, because this is like just the beginning of the magic.
So good.
So good. Like for real, for real.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Are we good to go back to
workflows.
the workflows?
Yes, let's go back to the workflows
Okay.
and give us a one in the chat if this is helpful. Like, if you're overwhelmed, totally understandable. Hang in there. Don't worry about implementing anything. Understand the strategies. We'll do more implementation tomorrow, just FYI. But give us a one in the chat if you're following, if this is making sense, and if this is like really getting you excited. Cool.
And also, I will say, if you are like, I really want Molly's help to like build this out, remember that I'm giving away, you may have missed this, I'm going to give away a coaching call where I will walk through this with you and build it out. So even if you're super advanced, this could be beneficial just so you can answer, get your specific questions answered. And the way that you enter to do that is I just put in the Zoom chat my personal Facebook profile. I did a post saying, what are your takeaways so far? And if you go share your takeaways at the end of the session tomorrow, I'm going to pick somebody to win. This is where you get to set your takeaways right here. And I'll pick somebody who's commented on this. So remember, ChatGPT is going to pick the winners. So go share your takeaways there, because I hope you're finding value in this. Okay.
Absolutely.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're in exactly the right place, because my sister and I, we decided long ago that if you really want to be successful, what you do is you live every day like you're pregnant. So you just maintain like a steady stream of nausea, and then you're in the right place. Okay, we're going to continue. Also, while we were here, my son just brought me this Best Mom Ever award. All of this is
Oh,
happening. I'm
that's
so lucky.
sweet.
Okay, so once they have registered for the masterclass, notice this, the trigger's a little different. The registration form is submitted, then automatically the tag with the date that says that they're registered gets added. Magic. That way you can go filter them. Then the opportunity gets added. And again, make sure that's like set to the right thing. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Then you're going to set the event start date and select your webinar. I tried to change every time that it said webinar. I tried to change them all to masterclass. If it says webinar, it's the same exact thing. So you're going to set the actual masterclass start date. Notice this, it's going to remove them from the other workflow. So they're not going to get those invites anymore because they're already registered. Then shout out to Nuno, because he told me to add this. We had a little note in here, which goes into their contact card that we just showed you, that says they are registered for the webinar. So you can come in here, change this, and say registered for a pop-up masterclass date, right? You can make this note whatever you want it to be. Pretty cool. Okay. Then they're going to get a confirmation email. So that's like a lot of magic that happens, right?
Yeah.
Then they're going to get that confirmation email. This all happens like boom, 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 boom. They're going to get this confirmation email, which drives them to the masterclass. The one thing that you'll need to do is come in and edit this so that it's specifically for your thing. But hey, this is dope the way that we've done this. And remember, these links don't need to be edited in every email because it's a trigger link that we've already set up. So you only have to edit that in one place.
Absolutely. And this is all getting fired off because you have a funnel out there and somebody signed up for whatever event,
Exactly.
and that just triggers off the form.
And here's a secret. If you have this connected with our social CRM, if somehow someone finds your Facebook group and tries to join, as long as they give an email address, their email will come into HighLevel, and this automation can be triggered from that as well.
Very cool. Can you do me one quick favor?
Yeah.
I know you use this. Can you explain custom values real quick? Because if it
Yes.
provides some context.
So,
Cool.
and so just know this whole thing gives you all of, let me just finish this and then I'll explain the custom values. But so in this strategy of this, they get the confirmation email, they get a doors are open, go do the welcome post email, they get a giveaway, go get ready, the giveaway's ready. They get a 2-day reminder, they get a 45-minute reminder, they get a 15-minute reminder, and they get a live now email. All of that is built out for them.
You've given me a lot of work for the 5-day challenge right now. I got to redo all these automations and rebuild the experience. But I love it. This is making a lot of sense.
It's amazing. Okay, so all of that is in there. And great question, Keith. And I'll come back to you. Okay, so the custom values are actually, I'm going to go down in here to show this to you. So in the settings, in addition to everything you've seen so far, we have given you a place for custom values. So custom values are this. They're these little pieces of code that you can copy and place anywhere within HighLevel, and that whatever you put in the value section here will be added. So we have your, this custom value right here is something that you would use like for your regular free group. This custom value right here is what you would use for your pop-up group. And then this custom value right here is what you would use for your unsubscribe link. So all of those are filled in as custom values that you can use public facing inside your emails and even inside your pages, right? Paulson?
Yeah, like your confirmation page that you had. You could have said,
Yeah, I'm going to
"Oh
show
my
you.
God, Paulson, you're here. You actually came through." And it'll pull from the first name of the person that registered.
And so that is actually pulling from a custom field.
Okay, cool. So what's the
Correct.
difference
So,
between a custom
the
field
difference,
and
so a custom field grabs their, it's like things that you're setting up on the, or sorry, a custom value is something you're setting up on the backside. The custom field is actually filled in when they fill in something.
it's their
So it's
input to the business.
their input, or it's like as you're inputting things here.
Got it. Okay.
And somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that, but like notice we have, you can update these also, but there's like this is all, there's a bunch of different things. Like if they fill in, notice there's 36 values in here that we've given you. You guys, we're giving you so much with this. It is seriously bananas. So like the lead value could be in a custom field. The what's stopping you from hitting your goal, when they fill in the form, that's actually going to go straight into a custom field. So you can customize emails that are sent to them that say like, hey, I know you mentioned that what was stopping you was,
Wow,
and then it's going to fill it in.
that's incredible. Because you're basically imitating a very personalized experience for the customer journey.
Exactly. Exactly.
Very cool. Okay, we can get back to the next item.
Okay. So those are the masterclass automations. And you know what I'm realizing? I may add in, I don't remember if I did this in here or not. I may add in tonight as I'm going through this, because some of this, you know, since I've been doing it for such a long time, you know, I do things like in a hot mess style, and I'm streamlining this to make it clear for all of you. Would you like me to add in text message automations into that as well? Because I'm super happy to do that, and I think it would be good for you.
Yes, I think texting is a big deal now. Like it's
Yeah,
just,
and we usually send those manually, honestly, but they should be in the automation.
yeah. But
So
just remember when you do text messages to the campaigns, like now you have additional costs on Twilio where email is not as expensive. So you need to decide when to use text messages from a cost standpoint.
you know, that's a great point. So what I'll do is tonight, before we give you the snapshot, I will build out an extra workflow that's just for the text. So those are separate. So you can choose if you want to turn that on or not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then there's WhatsApp too, y'all. Just FYI.
Oh, I know.
No need-
I know.
There,
Okay.
it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, I'm going to show you this one real quick, and then I do need to go to our other call. If there's anyone in the Glam Fam that's here in the chat, just type Glam Fam in the chat, and I love you. Okay, so this is what happens when they actually complete the application. Now, this is something that I've not actually taught, except for in our GLAM program. So Sales Stars, this is new for you guys. It is a little more advanced and it is so awesome. So when they fill out the application, we have a condition here that checks, were they registered for the masterclass or did they just get this application somewhere else? So if they were registered for the masterclass, we're going to do this. If they are not registered for the masterclass, they're going to go through this normal flow because we have our applications out other places. Okay. So over here, if they go through, if they're in the masterclass, they filled out the application, this is what's going to happen. Remove from the workflow follow-up. So we're not going to keep following up with them because they already filled out the application. We're going to move them into the stage tracking in sales pipeline. So inside this pipeline, once they fill out the application, automatically, bloop, 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 bloop. That's like my Baymax noise.
Yeah.
They get added into tracking in sales pipeline automatically. So your team knows who to follow up with. You know who to follow up with.
Yeah.
After they get added there, then they're going to be added into the sales pipeline. So what happens then is they also get added into the sales pipeline as filled in application. So right here, you can see completed application and they get added here. Again, you may not be using an application, so you may want to change this to a book a call. You can adjust it because you're a unique human being. And I told Paulson, like, this stuff is all amazing and you need feedback. You need judging. You're a human. Okay.
Absolutely.
Then we're going to send them a text message that says, hey, we got your application. Automatically, it's going to say, hey, and this is a customer, this is a custom field. Hey, contact first name. So-and-so, so that is Molly Mahoney, asked me to let you know that we've received your application. Be sure to send her a message and let her know you're ready to start the chat. Because after people fill out the application, you know what happens? They get a page that says, send Molly a direct message on Facebook.
Yeah, I love that. So, like, for the 5-day challenge, here's what I'm going to add. Hey, I didn't see you say anything in the Facebook group. I saw that you joined.
Totally. That's so good.
Totally going to do that.
And
It's going to be
then
personalized.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so then after they get that text message, they also get an email that says, great news, we've received your application. This is a huge step moving towards the promise that you're offering. That's what we're all about here at your company name, especially for ideal clients like you. And then this goes through the whole thing, dude, magic.
Yeah.
And then you get to move them into actually following up.
Absolutely. Molly, why don't we pause here for day 2? I know you got to jump into another call.
Yeah.
So appreciate you taking extra time. So if you are overwhelmed by everything we shared so far, that's perfectly normal. Welcome to HighLevel. There is 500-600 features to
Not
go
even welcome to
through.
HighLevel. Welcome to running a real business, y'all. Welcome to running a real business.
So again, post your questions in the threads of the streaming, share your nuggets. We're gonna get into a little bit more detailed orientation tomorrow and go through it even in a better way, and also probably take a little bit more time tomorrow. But I know, Molly, you got to jump off. Feel free to jump off. I know you got another call scheduled out.
Awesome.
Already started at 2 o'clock. Those of you that are jumping in, and if this is your first time, go to the trial link real quick. Molly, do you mind sharing the trial
Yeah,
link real quick
I
and just
will. Yeah. And I
explaining what
know
you're
that the team has
providing?
been so awesome in the chat. I'm going to put that in the chat here. They've been so great because I know someone said like they couldn't get it to work. So know that we're here if you need access to any of that. And I am going to grab that trial link right
Yeah.
now. I've copied so many things on here. So
And by the way, replays will all be available to you uh, end of day on all the channels. We'll send out an email if you register for the workshop with replays and all of that. It's all coming to you. All the collaterals will be shared in the Google Drives. And even if you have a HighLevel account and you don't need a new trial, stay through. Tomorrow we'll share all the snapshot links and everything away as long as you have a HighLevel account. So don't worry.
and I'm also tomorrow, because I know this is really just the beginning point of this. So tomorrow, I'm also going to give you access to, we have a separate little course that we have on how to set up some of these automations. So in addition to this, you'll get an extra bonus course on how to do the social media side of things that we're giving you guys for free also. So just know that we're like really committed to you showing up and putting this out there. And if you're in our programs, hey, we have a call today. So I'm going to hop off and do my glam call. Then I'm going to the Sales Stars call. Today is awesome. Paulson, thank you so much. You
For
guys, I
sure.
cannot wait to see your big takeaways. Thank you for staying on with us this long. Be ready tomorrow because we're going to start right inside HighLevel. The only slide I'm going to show tomorrow is the pipelines to show you what's different. We're going to start right in HighLevel and build the whole thing out.
Love
Sound
it.
good?
Love
Amazing.
it.
Thank
We'll
you.
see everybody
High
tomorrow.
five. Share this with your peeps. Post it on social. Bye.